Here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Wind Waker. As far as I'm aware, we will have no Grant today. Grant is currently suffering through mandatory overtime at work because he's living the dream. I don't know where Adrian is. That's his prerogative, I guess. Whatever he's doing. I am joined by Saba, who is a professional at wasting my time, but we love that about her.
That's my job, though. I have to do it at least, correctly sometime. Unfortunately, the only person who's played this game is not here, so we're both gonna be like at a loss.
Well, it's fine. Hyrule looks like it's doing pretty well. that was an ancient bomb. That bomb has been waiting in that pot for literally like thousands and thousands of years.
Exactly for that one moment. And it achieved greatness.
That was one of the criticisms that I always thought was really valid from Uncharted, the Uncharted series, because one of my favorite games of all time is Uncharted 2 Among Thieves, right? And there are so many parts of the game where you don't really notice it at first because the Uncharted series is essentially just movies, right? They're essentially just movies with like gameplay.
Yeah.
There was a thing that I didn't even notice while playing that was pointed out to me afterwards, which was like, you solve a puzzle that spans an entire continent in order to open up this secret temple that only you know about, right? However, as you're going through this ancient temple that was literally just opened by you, deeper into the temple, you start fighting bad guys. And like dudes
people
with,
happen to be
like
there.
mercenaries. and I didn't think about it while playing the game, but I'm just thinking about it like, here now, because clearly this place has been sealed for a really long time, where it's like, yeah, that is actually really weird now that you mention it. That's really funny. Because otherwise,
They
what
just
would you
so happen to have a GPS on him that
a
he
GPS
know
tracker?
about, and that's
But
why
then
they're
no,
there.
well, because like in the Uncharted 2, the assumption is that the bad guys are there because they were following Nathan Drake the entire time, right? And that's like fine. That makes sense. But how did they get deeper if there was only one way into the temple?
Jungle and heated?
Yeah, exactly, and that makes no sense, right?
Yeah, that stuff is weird.
One of the more recent of the new Lara Croft series. Congratulations, Mr. Campbell, by the way, with the HD remaster of the original Lara Croft trilogy. But in the more recent of like the new trilogy of Lara Croft games or Tomb Raider games, they do the same thing, but they do it correctly, I guess. Where it's like, okay, well, guess what? This ancient temple that you unlocked only has one entrance and one exit. It's the same door. So when Lara goes in and does like a bunch of like platforming puzzles, when she goes to leave, that's when the enemies are there, because chronologically that makes more sense. And that's like,
because as soon as you enter, they enter after you. Yeah,
exactly. And they and like, because there's so many of them, they have to like set up a bunch of stuff, and like they do a really good job of like kind of transforming the environment, because you can see where the bad guys have already started like blowing up walls and setting up scaffolding and putting out crates and stuff like that. So it's the same environment you just saw like a couple like 30 minutes ago, but now it's been transformed by the presence of enemies, which I think is really cool.
It definitely seems like it makes more sense, for sure. It's interesting that...
Who's saying this?
That usual things... I'm not sure. Is it the...
Somewhere in this castle.
Your necklace?
No, I said, hey! So I feel like that's probably the King of Red Lions?
What was I saying? Oh yes, with like, because I was looking at this. Why is it a lot of things that to indicate that they've stopped time on this object that they lose color?
Well, in actuality, there's a real world scientific explanation for that. In real life, light, like color, is based on like the motion of light being received by your eye, right? And so, like, for example, you could take readings of photons to see like what wavelength they're traveling at. But if the thing that's doing the reading is accelerating along with the wavelength appears flatter, like less amplitude. And that's what like grayscale is the saturation, is the amplitude like reaching zero essentially.
Mhm.
So in actuality, the idea here that, stopped time leads to less color would actually be hypothetically accurate, I guess. Which I think is neat.
Because I was thinking, because in my mind I'm like, okay, well, if you're frozen too, and if time like stops and everything's frozen, then okay, fine, rays of light are frozen, all that's frozen, so technically we wouldn't be seeing any like color. But if something else is just frozen, right, like one of these guys is just frozen, but like time besides him moves, I feel like you should still be able to see his color.
Well, I don't think so, because his time is still stopped, right?
Yeah, but everything else around him is still moving.
But it's not. Technically the only thing in the environment that has time right now is me, which is why I'm in color. Me and the King of Red Lions.
I guess if I'm saying if I guess
Jesus fuck. Hello, Adrian.
Someone brought in the storm. Hello.
I am a storm.
Good Christ. All right.
I've
I was saying if like time and stuff, all of, like the lights and everything else was moving, it's just only him that's frozen.
All right, let me in there.
Then I feel like you should be able to see color. But if everything's frozen except for you, that's like different. Hello, Mike. Welcome. We're contemplating colors in puzzle. Frozen time.
Welcome to the triangle puzzle. How do you feel about it?
It's pretty whatever. I was very confused at first because I was trying to like push and pull them. I didn't realize you had to spin.
You know what they say, spin for pain.
Do they say that?
They say spin to lose, actually.
They do say spin to lose, that is true.
That's how roulettes work.
I'm sure you're saying Russian roulette, but also casino roulette. I guess any roulette. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is the wheel... Hold on real quick. Is the Wheel of Fortune a roulette?
Is there a ball?
Does it need a ball?
I don't know. That's my qualification. Every good roulette needs a ball or a bullet. That's my qualification.
Okay, ball or bullet, understood. Well, because I was thinking, because you mentioned that, and I'm thinking about like The Price is Right, where you have like the big wheel, and it's like, yeah, it's literally not a ball, but that little like clacky triangle, that's essentially a ball, right?
Well, if it's not literally a ball, it doesn't count in my book. So
fair enough.
That's my opinion. That's my stance. I'm a ball purist, if you will.
Ball purist?
Yeah.
I'm really glad that Grant's not going to be here today to feed into that statement.
I think Grant would be a dick purist.
This is just... I have the Gaga Easter War. My brother has his balls.
My brother has his balls.
No ball damage. Okay, well that unlocked... Did that unlock this? Am I crazy?
I think you are crazy.
Oh, hey, look! It's Breath of the Wild.
Oh, hey, you're right.
More like Breast of the Wild.
Oh.
Are you gonna play Twilight Princess on stream, Zach?
I mean, I have it.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love Twilight Princess.
Okay, so I'm gonna shit all over Twilight Princess.
How dare you! You shut up. You shut up.
The only thing we're gonna talk about is how fucking thick Midna is and nothing else.
Okay, that I'm not gonna. You can do that. I'm just not gonna.
Saba, you're gonna have to talk about it.
I don't think
you don't have a choice.
I'm pretty sure I have un veto, so I'm pretty sure I could veto.
You're
that.
gonna veto that. You're not gonna talk, but you're not gonna veto Adrian, and you're not gonna veto Adrian and Graham going on for an hour about guzzling cum or whatever.
Adrian and Grant are not forcing me
to be clear,
to
it was
about
only
that.
45 minutes.
It felt like an hour.
So, I'm excited. I love Twilight Princess.
Deciphering that puzzle was no small
Beautiful
feat.
Link.
It was a minuscule feat.
Well, he is Toon Link's pretty tiny, so it makes sense.
They get the Master Sword. Also, who the hell are these guys?
Sword. They're bosses. They all fight you and pull the sword out.
As soon as I pick up this sword, they're like, "All right, get ready."
Behold, the dinky
Time for
sword.
some fun.
No, it's gonna take all of my hearts.
Wow, imagine a Zelda game where you... Oh, look, there they go. They're gonna swing at you. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna crush you all at once. Ready?
I like the idea. Guys,
you've been knighted by the 7 guys. How many are there?
5?
7 guys?
You've been knighted by the number
5
of guys.
I've been knighted by the 5 guys, burgers and fries.
Whoa!
Yeah, now you can sell extremely overpriced but also really big burgers.
Well, that's why they're overpriced.
I think it would be fun to have a Master Sword nightlight. You turn on the nightlight by pulling the sword up.
Uh-oh.
And then the base of the sword is what lights up.
That'd be kind of neat.
How do you feel about this Master Sword, Zach?
I haven't used it yet. I don't like how all of these enemies are now waking up.
What do you think about how it looks?
It's weird little I find the like middle, like that little notch thing. I find that a little peculiar.
You have the dinky sword. It's real dinky.
Is it?
It
is kind of. Also, wait, does that not have a gem in it? Isn't it supposed to have a gem?
I can't believe we finally made it to the beginning.
Oh, that is a gem. I thought that was a hole.
Congratulations, you got a sword that's worse than the starting sword.
Is that true?
No.
I'm about to say, what is this, Breath of the Wild?
So disappointed if that was the case.
You have a new scabbard, too.
Whoa, Master Sword comes with its own scabbard. Pretty cool.
Scabbard sword. Stop, what were we talking about before Adrian came in with the crash of lightning?
Color in Frozen Time.
How far do you think you can...
Prepare to die.
Oh, that Dark Nut. Why didn't that Dark Nut just kill him now?
Zach, what do you think Frozen Time would taste like?
Gosh, I can't imagine it tastes particularly good. Nice.
Adrian,
you know what Frozen Time tastes like? It tastes like brain freeze.
It tastes like brain freeze. I believe that.
That hurts.
Because your brain is freezing.
If you were to assign time a color, what would it be?
Like a cyan blue.
Weird.
I think time would be a muddy brown.
I also think it would be brown.
What's wrong with
Wait, get that guy's sword. Don't use the Master Sword. Use that guy's big sword.
You're right. Did that guy just fucking pole vault to me?
No, he skidded to a stop. He did a cartoon run and it was too fast.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are speedy.
I'm glad that within Obo lore,
you can't do a school attack with the big guy sword. Has to be your
the reason I say cyan is that there was a card game project
because of Pokemon Diamond, huh?
Actually, maybe that might be more influential to this than I would have originally thought. But in my mind, I said cyan because I had this project that I was working on where
you're getting owned.
There's a lot of dudes, all right. There was a project that I was working on where essentially it was essentially like an SCP card game, and the idea was that there was
we had a way to deal AoE damage.
Can I throw a bomb like this?
If you're skilled.
I'm not.
If you know how to play the game.
I don't. Anyway, long story short, it was like there was 4 main colors, RGBY, obviously, and then there was special rarer cards which allowed you to do like weird time travel stuff, and those were cyan. Because the bad guy monster colors were magenta, and then yellow was already in there because RGBY. There you go.
I don't know why I think of time as brown. Can you explain, Adrian, why you think of time as muddy brown in particular?
It's like a clock that's been derelict and abandoned, a grandfather clock.
You know what? Surprisingly, maybe I also think that, because I was like, I usually think of clocks.
It's also like time. Sepia tone, kind of.
Sepia tone, I could
get
see.
Older, right? Yes.
Because I'm a little offended. You said brown and not like bronze or something. Because when I think of like clockwork, I think of bronze or brass.
I think of like a woodish brown.
To get the color effect of bronze, you need bright and white for highlight for reflectivity, so it's not a single color.
I don't think time is metallic either.
You mean like grid?
No.
When I think of the color of time, I definitely think of grid.
When I think of grid, I think of gray red, like a desaturated red.
Oh, you're just wrong.
Well, you're making things up so you can be as.
I did not make anything up. It's on the official. It's on the official.
It's on the official Obotoken made up colors list.
No, the official Purell coloring paintings colors.
I
forgot
like
what it's
that.
called.
If we ask for proof, Zach will send us a picture, and it's clearly going to be photoshopped in grid.
It's not gonna be photo. It's gonna be MS painted.
It's gonna be MS paint, which is grid.
It'll be like a book in real life, and he'll just have applied like a 2D picture on top
now, Zach,
of it.
if you were one of these dark nuts and you didn't know anything about this kid, but you were that size and this kid was that size, how confident would you feel about kicking his ass?
I would be exceptionally confident. I would assume that I would murder the child.
Now, if you were a dark nut that watched that guy get his ass kicked, how confident would you feel?
I would still feel overwhelmingly confident at that point. I think my immediate dark nut assumption would be that the other dark nut was just incompetent.
I see.
Whoa, ouchie.
What about the second? What if you're the guy who watches the second dark nut go down?
Dark nut in a row.
Like how many
witnesses? We all got murdered.
How many generations of witness of darkness do you have to be before you be like, I don't know, maybe?
I think the doubt would start seeping in around 5, and then I might contemplate leaving at like 11.
I see.
Imagine you get like frozen in time.
Does this figure change if you're one of these pig guys, though?
If I'm one of these pig guys, I don't think I'm having critical thoughts ever.
Okay. Are you too busy like picking your lower lip?
Pretty much. Well, no, I'm definitely like wiggling it back and forth, like.
I see. You hear that one SpongeBob and he's like, Mrs. Puff. Except you just have that emotion of everything. You're just
because I'm thinking about the Dark Nut question, and ultimately what it comes down to, I think, is that you're actually trying to chart like an XY grid. Where it's like, how many dark nuts? Like there has to be a sweet spot where enough dark nuts have been killed for me to want to like flee, but then also not enough dark nuts have been defeated to where I'm like, oh, he must be getting tired.
Okay, I need to interject now with my point for this thing. How would it change your opinion, or do you think these guys froze in time didn't realize they were like, I guess when you get frozen in time, you don't realize.
You wouldn't perceive unless it was some horrible, like, curse magic.
Now, if you were able to perceive, what would you do after getting up and then seeing this kid beating everyone into the ground?
I mean, so after thousands of years of just being, of being essentially comatose, but still hyper aware that I'm in the stop time, if I woke up and this child immediately started murdering everybody, I'd be like, I crave death anyway, I think.
Okay.
Well, because in spoilers, I guess, because I know that Saba's never going to actually watch JoJo, one of the main villains from the JoJo franchise, Araki canonically makes that villain immortal in every sense of the word. He cannot die no matter what. So his only solution is to shoot him into deep space, so that way so that way
he's just in a state of death. That's it.
Well, the
he
way
gets bored.
the way no, literally the way Araki describes it is that eventually his brain just stops thinking because he doesn't have enough stimulus, and he essentially dies.
I've been looking. I have no intention of ever playing it because I am scared easily and creeped out easily. But I've been looking at Fear and Hunger stuff for some reason. I really don't know why. Morbid curiosity, I guess.
I would skip Fear and Hunger 1, but please continue.
But the point is, that reminds me of how there are situations in Fear and Hunger where if your character is reduced to a state of like abject hopelessness, they learn the skill stop breathing, aka suicide.
That is true.
Where they just
wow.
but like it's not like they get a rope or they just literally hold their breath and die, and they can just do that.
Which the human body literally is incapable of doing.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like to the point where you pass out, your body will take control and then start. But the Fear and Hunger characters are just built different, I guess. They have more capacity to just die.
They're built different.
The not to tangent immediately. Wow, we're talking a lot today. Not to immediately tangent off the Fear and Hunger thing, but the Elden Ring DLC is a topic of conversation at the moment. And for those of you who don't know, I won't get too much into it, but it appears as if the DLC is going to heavily feature a character named Mikola, who was like missing in the base game, and that's because the DLC is going to talk more about him. But it's very well known that the director of Elden Ring and the director of most of the Dark Souls franchise is an enormous fan of Berserk. And so people were like, hold on, let's do an analysis of what we know about Mikola, and let's see if we draw any parallels between characters.
For sure.
And the thing is that when you lay out everything we know about Mikola so far, and plus like other characters that they're associated with, I'm like 99% confident that Mikola might just be Griffith. and I'm like, hold on, maybe we don't need to save him, because that's like the whole point of the DLC is you're trying to save him from like the realm of shadow, and it's like, well, let's leave him.
If you had a nickel for every game that you knew of that had a Griffith XP, how many nickels would you have?
I can think of at least 3. Well, 4, I guess, because I don't know. Do we count Dark Souls individual games or as a franchise?
I'll say as a franchise. If it's the same character,
then it would be. Well, it's not the same character, but it's the same idea. In that case, I'll say 3.
Okay, if it's the same idea but different characters, yeah. But if the same character canonically, then it's 1. Because I know
what made you start looking into the Fear and Hunger stuff?
YouTube Shorts recommended them to me, and I've known about Fear and Hunger for a long time, and I'm like, okay, well, it seems out of my wheelhouse because it seems like it has much content that I would not enjoy going through. But
it is an aggressively unpleasant game.
Yeah, but it does make you feel things in an intense way. And it is. I was gonna say that is enough for me to consider it an art piece that is at least successful in something.
Well, because it's like, and we don't have to get fully into it, obviously, but and I've stated this multiple times to Saba in private, both on stream and whatever. But it's like, I think Fear and Hunger 1 is really interesting. It does a lot of really cool stuff, like narratively. Obviously, the mechanics are needlessly cruel, but then the creator of Fear and Hunger 1 has even stated this outright. Where like while he was making Fear and Hunger 1, it was like a slow process because he's like a solo dev. When he was doing it on his own, he was saying that he was just kind of doing whatever he thought was interesting at the time, but he was also much younger, so he found himself much more engaged by really edgy topics, which I've talked about at length, that are in Fear and Hunger 1. And he's like, yeah, if I could go back in time and redo Fear and Hunger, I would probably just leave all that stuff out. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, and I don't know. And I said as much to Saba as well, where it's just like, I would love to do a Fear and Hunger, like not even full playthrough, but at least like a partial playthrough on stream. But you literally can't. It's astonishing to me that the game is not adult only. But anywho,
I mean, is it not?
I don't think so.
Isn't it on like? Wasn't it released on Itch.io, which I don't really know if that has any strict moderation policies about that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, that's why I say I don't think it does.
So yeah, I don't think it's not that it's adult. It's not adult only. I think it's just that it was released on a platform that doesn't have a rating system. Period. Really.
Real quick. Where am I supposed to go? I got
well, we
the.
just did this, aren't we? Are we supposed to go back to Ganon now, or go back to Ganon so we fail for a second time, and then he's like, "Okay, well now you'll need X," and then we'll have to go get that.
I remember the song.
Zach is remembering.
He's beginning to remember.
All right, Zach, who would win, Mario or your next door neighbor?
My next door neighbor is like a 70-year-old boomer.
What about the other next door neighbor?
Also a 70-year-old boomer. Do you think there's anybody with any like value to society that lives in North Carolina?
I don't know. I don't live in North Carolina.
Well, I do, and I can tell you that it's a fucking desolate wasteland. Saba, I don't think I contribute that much to society yet. I'm desperately trying to, but I currently am stuck in North Carolina.
One of my favorite musicians was born in North Carolina.
Okay, where do they live now?
That is, yeah.
I think Australia.
There you go. Oh, what the
great
hell?
things can come out of North Carolina.
I actually have no idea where he lives
there.
now. I just know that he has a song about living in Australia. Which was released, I think, over a decade ago, so he's probably moved since then.
I wish we had a grant to tell me where to go next.
Go fuck yourself. I don't know.
I got the Master Sword, and that was really cool, but now I wasn't paying attention to what I was supposed to be doing.
Get out of the boat and talk to the King of Red Lions. He usually tells you what to do next. Oh, never mind.
Oh, shit. What is this?
You have to use a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow.
Oh, boss fight, get him!
Or I think cannons work. Oh yeah, no, cannons work. Never mind.
Do I hit all
Will
the
you get
eyes?
sucked up or will you eat calamari tonight?
But is it
speaking of eating, Dungeon Meshi 11 came out.
Yes, and
we have crossed the threshold.
We cannot talk. Hold on, wait, because I do want to talk about the latest episode. However, I am currently fighting a giant squid.
Well,
just hold on for a second.
Start talking about it.
I like in the episode when they fight a billion squids and all of them have their own red boat and they all have cannons.
They all have their own red boat. How specific.
Yeah, and they're all fighting in a whirlpool. They go back to the water level for some reason. Congratulations!
There's a second Undine that holds them up for 4 episodes.
They fight a Kraken again.
Zach,
this time
you now have food for the next year. It may all be the same dish, but
you're feeding those 4 seagulls very well.
Is that literally just treasure?
Yes.
All right. I mean, I guess that's cool.
Would you be pissed if you went on like an entire adventure to get some treasure, and then at the end, some guy shows up and he's like, "The treasure was inside you, like you this whole time," but like in the way of like,
I would pull out a knife and say no, and that treasure best be inside you, and then murder him. I'm really glad I killed that squid for 100 rupees that I couldn't keep. All right. Anyway.
Maybe you need to go find the Great Fairy and upgrade your wallet, Dinkus.
I don't fucking know where that is. I've never played this game.
Get a better wallet.
Me neither. I don't know where. I know it's somewhere.
All right. Well, it appears that today's stream is just going to be sailing around aimlessly since there's no grant.
Get out of the boat and talk to the Red Lions. He tells you where to go.
Is that what he said?
Pretty much usually, yeah.
I don't know if I can get out.
There you go.
I like the fact that you can't.
There you go. Go back to the fort.
See, I was right. You were supposed to go back to trying to get your sister.
Where is that?
And then Ganon will show up
again
and
top
and then
left?
Say, "Grr."
Probably. I don't remember. Zach.
Adrian, you're not very helpful
I don't
today.
know things, Zach. My brain can hold 1 byte of memory, Zach.
one bite is exactly what I get for breakfast.
That's to say, my brain can hold 1 byte of memory, my mouth can hold 14 gigabytes of food.
Jesus.
Oh, impressive.
What's gigabytes of food? If you like measure that in DNA, I guess it's not that much. Anyway, yes, let's talk about Dungeon Meshi. So last week,
Episode 11 happened.
So last week, I specifically told, because I've been watching it weekly with my dad. I told him specifically, hey, we're gonna skip this week because I'm pretty confident that this week's episode, like the one that happened on Thursday, would be better as a pair, like episode 10 and 11. And I was super right. Watching both of those back to back is extremely satisfying. Fighting the red dragon and stuff is fucking... It was a little chaotic and confusing in the manga. It was still really good, but it was a little confusing to me. In full motion, dude, shit hit the fan immediately.
Yes.
But that was really
That's
cool.
correct.
And then the stinger at the end of the episode genuinely caught my dad off guard.
And then they immediately, with no segue, just go into Party by that Japanese pop band, and it's really jarring.
It is. And now obviously, you and I know what's going to happen, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Sabi even gives a shit about Dungeon Meshi. I assume
I
not.
want to watch it eventually, okay?
Okay.
All the manga readers have said that episode 11 for the anime is where they hit the threshold where the entire story takes a turn. And they're excited for it, like I am.
Well, I don't know if you recall me telling you this, like while I was reading Dungeon Meshi, but it's during this next turn. Which, by the way, do you know if we're getting? I feel like episode 12 is going to be the end of the season, right?
I think I saw somewhere that we have confirmed 24 episodes, which might be 2 cores.
But then, okay, but if it's 24 episodes, I wouldn't expect them to get further than the Mad Mage, because there's no way that they're gonna get to the fucking big guy at the end.
The big man,
right?
Probably not.
I'm I don't know. I feel like one more episode just to introduce the concept of what the next season would be perfect, in my opinion. Because then you could break up the show into 3 equal parts of like Dragon, Mad Mage, Big Man. You know what I mean? I feel like that would work really well. But you know, who's to say? I don't know.
Technically, they already introduced the Mad Mage, Zach.
No, right, but I'm saying like the quest to go defeat the Mad Mage for like reasons that we'll see in episode 12, like that's like its own thing. What the fuck is this? Hello?
It's a shock.
it's a.
I meant the like building.
Oh, that's
Looked
Tingle
like a
Tower.
con
You
skater.
can tell because the top is shaped like Tingle.
Fuck. What the hell? Yo, that's fun. That was great.
Look, see, it even has Tingle's face
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
it is Tingle. I thought it was a fish.
This is well, in the original game, this served as the gateway to pad the game out a lot. Because, okay, so in the original game, you have to collect Triforce pieces, except you can't find them. You have to go on several different side quests to get a Triforce piece chart, which is indecipherable. Then you have to go here, then pay almost all of your money by default, unless you have an upgraded wallet, to one of these guys upgrade to decipher each chart. Then you had to follow each chart, then you had to go dig it up.
And how
Wow.
many pieces were there?
I think like
3 seems
16 in the original, and I think they reduced it down to like 4.
That's pretty crazy.
3 makes sense because the Triforce in 3 pieces. Dang, 16.
Or at least a multiple of 3.
It was like some number in the high teens that they reduced it down to like single digits, I think.
That's crazy. Although I'm thinking about it now, sorry, I'm like circling the wagons in my mind, where it's like, now I think about it, a lot of like my favorite encounters in Dungeon Meshi are going to be coming up, because it's all stuff leading up to the Mad Mage, which I think is great. I'm thinking about like the Changelings. The Doppelganger episode is going to be fantastic, you know?
Yeah. There is one sentence that a lot of people have agreed with me on. The only complaint that I have about episode 11 is they cut out the part where Elias tries to stand up.
I'm sorry? I don't remember that.
It's right after the fight. Elias tries to stand up. It's like, all right, time to go save my sister. Or maybe I should save those two. Or maybe I should stop the bleeding. And then he falls over. Because, obviously.
Right, because he's fucking missing a foot. Okay. How about that? I don't remember that, but
It's a small detail, but it's really nice.
Can y'all remind me why the Tingle thinks we're a fairy? Is it
Because you
Because
wear
we're
green.
wearing green just like he is.
And also you have a stupid, goofy hat for assholes.
Because green is synonymous with fairies. Okay.
Well, green is
I think I
synonymous
understand.
with Tingle, who is a fairy. Or thinks he's a fairy.
Air quotes.
That reminds me of that weird.
Fairy.
It reminds me of they weirdly established in Undertale that children wear striped shirts for some reason. I don't know why they established that detail. Besides that one kid.
Well,
was really
it
funny.
was
Or is it
to,
just
well, in
striped
Undertale,
sweater?
that was to validate Undine's confusion, right?
I guess.
Like, I think it's literally just like a piece of errant world building just so that way that one encounter makes sense. And then Toby Fox is like, fuck it, why not? Whatever.
It is a nice, quaint piece of world building. The children wear striped shirts.
Period. End of sentence.
Yep.
I like the idea that it's a striped sweater, and the only reason that exists is because he likes that song, "The Best Time to Wear Striped Sweaters All the Time."
You guys know who
Makes
Sufjan
sense.
Stevens is?
No.
Me neither.
think
I've
so.
heard his name before, but
Why'd you bring it up?
because I was curious if you guys knew. I don't know. I don't want to switch to Google every single time.
what are you? Are you not paying attention to the video game?
What is that, Zach? All right. Well, Zach, what do you think of that wave of water? That wave of water, the tornado.
We've
over
been
there,
listen. We've been.
moved
I feel like
past.
we've been having a lot of discussions today. I feel like that's engagement, isn't it?
Oh, look, a rock. Oh, look, there's a thing off of this. You have to sail for 20 more minutes to get to, Zach. What a game.
You're the one who said that this game was incredible.
When did I say? I said this game has good. Okay, let me retract that. If I said that, I don't think I did. I said this game has good points, but also a lot of this.
It is a little weird because I fully understand why they have like these big open sections because this is kind of how it is, like traveling on the ocean. But at the same time, I can't necessarily think of what a solution to this would have been. Like because the sailing is fun, but there's a little bit too much sailing.
There's a little bit too much nothing.
Well, because that was one of the things that I thought was really interesting about like a lot of the post analysis of Breath of the Wild, for example, was that like you would pick an objective and you would know which direction you're heading in, but then as you're going there, similar to like an MMO, like every fucking 30 seconds would be something that was interesting, and you'd be doing all of them as you're making your way towards the primary objective. You can't really do that on the ocean because that's not how the ocean works. Right? So I can't really think of a solution for this issue, I guess. They kind of tried a little bit by having the little flag mini game where like you have to slalom, but at the same time it's like I don't want to do that anymore because I'm fucking maxed out on rupees.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say, but we're here now.
I want you to die.
Eventually.
Not soon enough. It's just...
Alright. Well, you're here now.
I had to figure out where the fucking
You
landing
skipped
is.
the entrance.
What do you mean?
You sailed past it.
I did?
It was directly where you were earlier, and you sailed past, and I was thinking, like, I wonder why Zach did that.
I didn't see a dock or anything.
It was a hole.
Oh, well, I was looking for a dock.
Do you not remember what this place looked like last time you were here, Zach?
Adrian, the last time I was here, I got launched here by a bird.
Yeah, but there was obviously a dock, and you were able to see the gate entrance.
This?
Yes.
Can I go in from here? See, I can't even go in from here.
Maybe you need to destroy the wall.
Can I do that?
I don't know, maybe.
It doesn't look cracked or anything. I can give it a try, I guess.
I mean, you have 13 bombs. Might as well give it a try.
Yeah, do that. I don't know. I feel like I would have... Jesus. I feel like I would have assumed that it would have been like a cracked something. I don't know why. Ooh. Hey, the
Ooh,
fairy!
race of the fairy.
Thank God.
That would have been embarrassing.
Ganon has likely been made aware of our incursion already.
You blew up the gate.
Yes. Do not be afraid.
Are you ready to play tennis, Zach?
It's a Ganon fight. I'm sure it'll be fine. Now,
When was the
where...
last time you played tennis in a video game?
The other Zelda game that we played. What the hell?
Brr, brr, brr.
That's not Ganon, is it?
It's tennis.
Oh,
Here's
Oh,
what tennis with you,
Ganon,
Zach.
Zach, obviously.
Lock on her to tennis for your life.
I can't fucking see. Oh my god. Nice. Get in there.
Now get him,
I'm
Zach.
just kind of slashing him a little bit.
I mean, you can't really slash more than a little bit when you're this little.
Wow, Bannon's really good at playing tennis.
Steve Bannon. Isn't that like a British
No,
rich guy?
Zach said this isn't Ganon, so he must be Bannon instead.
Why a bee?
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought.
Your rolls have done better than Alan.
Alan. Yeah, fuck, can you just lock on to the piece of shit?
Skill issue.
Oh, it seems like Zach isn't good at tennis.
Get in there. Scooty on
Smack
over
him.
there. Come on, rule of threes. Thank you.
Congratulations, you defeated Steve Bannon. Do you guys know who that is?
Yes, he was a political advisor to Donald Trump during his candidacy and presidency.
Was he British?
No, he was fucking.
Why do you think someone's
He was an American ass piece of shit, and you could tell because he had enormous heart failure like twice a year.
Welcome to Hammer Time, by the way. Stop.
Oh my
Hammer
god.
time.
Okay.
Are you ready
No.
to bash people's heads in with a
Now,
head?
if you are a real Chad, you will stop using the master and start only using the hammer.
Does it work?
It deals more damage.
Really? Is it slow? Let's see.
Zach, you're left with
Find out. Try it out. You have some guys to try it out on.
probably. Oh my god! We got crushed!
I love that so much.
Real Chads stop using the master sword at this part and they just use the hammer.
No, I'll try it for a bit.
Why did this hammer come back?
Because hammers are Mario's thing.
I mean, Link has had other hammers. It's just that this one is cartoony as hell.
Okay.
I think there's the vertical swing. I'm pretty sure there's a horizontal swing too.
If there is, it's not coming out.
Try combining it with lock on. I don't remember.
And what
You
I
almost
was,
had it.
I think it's like a motion thing.
Maybe
Yeah.
you should
There
let
you
those
go.
rats
I have to
go. At
fucking
least you'll
do
have
a
purpose
motion.
For... Maybe you'll at least have a
You have to
purpose
do
for getting
motions
more
for
money.
different sword swings too.
I'm just gonna go sword. Dude, I fucking hate these little rats.
These
Fuck.
rats have actual bombs. How much more money
and that's
do you
why I
think
need
exterminators?
Nice.
How much more money do you think exterminators would make if rats were able to make IEDs?
It's a really funny thought. You just die.
Like, do you
please?
think they'll get paid as much as or less than like traditional police, like bomb defusal teams?
like a bomb just? Well, I guess they would essentially have to be a bomb disposal unit in their own right, right? So,
right, but it's rats.
do the rats make comparable explosives? I guess to like a person.
Probably not the same size, but you know, they're still like you could probably lose a finger if you're not careful.
So it's like so essentially it's the equivalent of like a firecracker,
Yeah, but they can make them like rats.
but they can make them. I would say that it would be
And they
like
could start a fire.
well, because I think it would start a fire. I think because like exterminators are not like a public service like police hypothetically, right? So it's like you're calling in an exterminator as needed. I think it would be something relatively similar where it's like you call in the rat the rat exterminator and you have to tell them, hey, what the hell?
Welcome to the
you
back
just
of the
got
start of the
yoinked?
dungeon.
Okay, so that's how wall masters work in this game, I guess.
Oh, you're back in I forgot this place is a prison to send you to.
Someone, by the way, you should know I have a link in chat now.
This one?
I think maybe.
A
I don't know.
link in chat was one of the Zelda games that we played. It was awesome.
Close, but no Linkar.
How do I?
No Linkar.
Put your sword away, and then you can growl.
There you go.
What would be the multiplicative bonus? Would you say an exterminator would pay to deal with rats that can make fireworks?
Well, the way that it works right now is that a rat exterminator will charge based on the square footage of the hypothetical like structure that they're supposed to be exterminating, right? So I think
Because they have to use more like resources in order to.
yeah, they have to be more thorough.
You know?
Like it's one of those things where it's like, do you have crawl spaces? Do you have an attic? Do you have a cellar? Yada yada. I don't know if it would be a multiplicative bonus, but I do think it would be a thing where because it's like okay, this area will take this amount of time and this is how much it's going to cost you, so that way we get like a rough hourly rate for what it should cost, right? So in the circumstance of rats are able to manufacture their own explosives, I'm pretty confident that the exterminator would be like, okay, this is gonna take 4 times longer, so it's gonna be roughly 4 times as expensive, unless the rats start killing each other, and then we'll negotiate.
But here's the thing, right? Being able to make IEDs does not make them less vulnerable to like rat poison.
Right,
Like,
but it
they're
makes
still
it
as easy to kill.
significantly more dangerous for the exterminator themselves, because the rat can like actually defend themselves in a meaningful way. Because even if it's just like a fire, even if it's just like a fucking M80 that like blows up your finger or whatever, that's still like significantly more than what a rat can do right now. You know, especially because typically rats, there are a lot of them, so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, one rat throws a firecracker, who cares? 70 rats throw firecrackers at you all at once, you're gonna have a bad time.
Which do you think would be more dangerous? Rats that have firecrackers but aren't particularly bright, or rats that are organized and have little like armor, like metal, like breastplates and shields and spears?
I feel like the capacity to strategize and organize, especially in large numbers, is a huge like benefit in every sense of the word. I almost hazard to say that coordinated rats with like slight armor, like the tiny armor like you're describing, a la Mouse
sense.
Ritter, I think that that would be more dangerous than if you had rats that had like fucking guns. like because it would have to be rat sized, right? But the idea of like or like bows and arrows or something like that. I feel like them being organized but having no weapons is more dangerous than them being disorganized with weapons.
Which would you
Imagine if they had
rather?
armor, right? You'd kick it and then your feet would hurt. So you have to be careful.
Don't
You can't keep
kick
kicking
rats. That's not how extermination works.
That's how my exterminator did it.
Hey,
He was a real tough
What are
guy.
you talking about? If there are rats with armor that will strategize to attack you, yeah, you'll be kicking some rats.
I don't think you'd be kicking rats. I think you'd be doing something like this.
How many coordinated armored rats could you take down in a fight feasibly, do you think?
How many coordinated armored
Like all
rats?
at
Can you
once.
describe the general size of one of these rats?
Maybe about like the size of a fist and a half.
Fist and a half?
Fist and a half.
Holy, those are fucking huge rats, dude.
Rats can get pretty big.
I guess I agree. Rats definitely can get pretty big.
Yeah.
Straight up, I maybe like a dozen, if not less.
Fair enough.
Because those are fucking huge rats. Like coordinated. Like that's a rat that's big enough to like bite, but like a decent chunk of my palm off.
I see.
Like that's a fucking real bad situation to be in. Period.
Why do you think rats haven't taken over the world yet?
A lack of coordination.
Do you think that's mainly it?
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel that I really enjoy. They don't make as much videos now that they have like an actual TV contract. But Tier Zoo did great like tier list videos, which were essentially just like, you know, excuses to teach people about zoology, which was great, and I loved those videos. But one of the biggest factors that he would always argue would like bring creatures up to like higher tiers was just like their ability to be aware of their surroundings and to remember their surroundings. That was like a really big factor. So like there were a lot of animals that you think would be in top tier, like S tier rankings, but they would only be in like they would only be in A or like high B. Whereas creatures that were less physically intimidating would be higher tier because they also had like societal groups and stuff like that. So
I recall he was a really, really big proponent of eusociality.
what is it?
It's like the social structure that like ants and bees have.
Oh yes, okay. So I would confer with that because I remember him doing that video special on you know
He says in multiple videos that he thinks it's the strongest ability that a species can have.
I thought he said that
Now,
was
is remembering faces different than remembering places? Like, how far apart are they in regards to difficulty?
Say the statement one more time.
Is remembering places, how vastly different is that from remembering faces?
Well, a lot of creatures, like the vast majority of the animal kingdom, does not have the ability to recognize faces. That's not the most animals that aren't humans recognize each other based on scent alone, actually, not visually. But so I guess in terms of that, remembering places is a lot more useful because remembering a place would be like, oh, this place was safe before, or oh, every year there's like food that grows here, or something like that, right? So I guess remembering places is much more useful in that context. What the hell? Ah! What am I supposed to do?
You will die forever.
Hello? Okay. Oh, you just opened. That was interesting. I didn't expect that to just work.
Well, welcome to nowhere.
I'm about to say, wait a minute. This doesn't do anything. King of Red Lions, I need your help.
You should shoot the King of Red Lions with an arrow right now.
Can I do that?
Yeah, he'll go
He'll
back.
just like shake his head, be like, "Sorry, that's not a good thing you did there."
He'll catch it in his mouth and then shoot it back at you with his tongue.
That'd be really funny, actually.
Can you hit him? Take the shot! Nope.
Miss. Oh, you got him.
He just
He
goes,
goes, "Ah."
he does just go. "Ah."
If you were the King of Red Lions, how annoyed would you be if Link shot you with an arrow while he was trying to do a mission?
I would be annoyed enough to like mention it the next time we're on like a long voyage. I'd be like, so what was up with that arrow?
Alright.
Is he not?
Now imagine if you will... How?
What the
on
hell?
a scale
Why
of
is he
one-
not shooting at me now?
I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you enjoy sleeping on one of these beds, do you think?
0 out of 10? Look, they don't even have a mattress.
They have,
See,
they have a
if
blanket,
I'm
though.
on the bottom bunk,
Their
at
pillow
least
is a
maybe
block of
one at
wood.
least.
Yeah, but it's a raised
Do you
platform.
realize a lot of people in history, Zach, used to have like wooden / really just hard pillows?
I mean,
Does that
a lot of
change
Vietnamese
my
people
answer at all?
In their culture, still
I don't know, just
sleep
letting
on
you know.
wooden beds.
Other people found it comfortable.
You're allowed to sleep on wooden. I'm not saying that sleeping on wooden beds is impossible. I'm saying it's extremely uncomfortable. Ergo, 0 out of 10.
I don't know. Extremely rich Chinese people used to use porcelain pillows.
That's because they're fucking stupid.
Wow, Zach. All right. Okay.
That's
Zach.
the rich Americans who take pills of like pure gold glitter, so that way their shit sparkles. Like that's the level of like, because my favorite part about those pills with like the like gold flecks or whatever is that it fucking tears up your intestines.
All right, Zach. I see how it is.
Yes, Adrian.
Very lucky the Grant's not here.
What?
So you wouldn't have 2 Asians that were mad at you for being racist.
No one's being racist.
Okay, all right, I see how
I
it
didn't
is.
say they were stupid for being Chinese. I said they were stupid for having porcelain pillows.
All right, I see
Anyone would be stupid for that, including Adrian.
Blatant disrespect to the porcelain people.
Adrian's just putting up a defense because he was gonna talk about his brand new porcelain pillow.
All right. Oh wow, just because I'm Chinese. Wow. Okay, Zach.
You're not?
I am. I'm a quarter Chinese.
I don't remember you ever saying
all
that.
Asian people. Wow, Zach. Everyone, cancel this man immediately.
Cancel this man immediately. I think my favorite part about
cancel this shell of a man.
I feel like my favorite part of this exchange would be if like you make like a big guffaw about like, oh, I'm 1/4 Chinese, and then like next week I make reference or something to the fact that you're 1/4 Chinese, and you're like, no, I'm not.
I've said this before.
And
This
I'm
is
like,
on the
you
record.
said this.
I am Chinese. This is a fact.
This is not where I want to be, right? I don't think so.
Be who you want to be, Barbie Goyle.
Bobby Goyle. Okay.
How would you pronounce the food item spelled S-T-E-W?
Stew.
Now this is correct, but, and this is not true, but I feel like it's more correct to pronounce it stew.
Stew.
Would you like a delicious stew?
Delicious stew.
Beef stew?
I could. You know what?
Pork stew?
I still think you're a thought criminal, but I do agree.
So you agree that the incorrect way is the correct way?
Correct.
Incorrect.
It's inherently more fun.
I think the Royal Guard version of the Guards is correct and incorrect.
It says yes and no. Wait, wasn't I just fucking here?
No, this is a different
it is
guard
different, you're
station.
right.
Wow, so all guard stations look the same to you too. Wow.
Do you fucking mind?
Do you?
Yes!
This guy doesn't think all guard stations look the same. This guy has no respect for guards, the working class, real elitist, if you will.
What the fuck are you talking about? Alright, I don't think do I want to go over there? I don't think I actually want to go over there.
Can you grapple over there?
I don't think so.
Then you can't. It's not even a question of if you want to.
Well, I guess the thing is that I don't even remember where
Actually,
I wanted to
might be
go.
a leaf over there. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
You could, maybe if you land on one of those beams, you could.
Is Saba accidentally reverse muting herself? Are you okay?
I didn't test it, Stretch. And you didn't need to hear me do that, so I muted myself.
Okay. Because I was up here. Bottom ass searchlights. Oh, there was this.
Do you guys think? So, like, you guys, when you were in high school, you did the things where in your chairs you would twist around. Okay. If you were ever in those high school desk chairs, did you always like turn around and like crack your back extensively?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And why is it that I can never do that? now? Like, what's up with those specific chairs that allow you to like have the best back crackage ever, but then like never again?
It's because they're extremely rigid.
Extremely rigid, and I think
it's
there's
nice.
something about their specific height. But in your case in particular, Saba, I think your issue is that you lack enough vertebrae.
Oh, you're right. It is because I am short. Man, so many questions.
Saba's height is a direct correspondence to a genetic mutation where Saba has 2 vertebrae.
Do you think I could leaf down to there actually?
Why not try it? Give it a shot. See if you can do a massive time skip and save us all the trouble of watching you play this game.
You could also give me hints. Okay, there's apparently no wind.
If only you had the power to control that.
I don't know if that works here.
Why wouldn't it?
I've just been labeled an invertebrate instead.
Yeah, literally the wind was going the exact opposite direction you wanted.
Well, shit. Okay.
It's okay. We all know Zach in directions. He gets kind of mixed up.
No, I don't. I know exactly where I'm going.
Zach, which way am I pointing?
Saba, I literally can't see you. Even if I could see you, your fucking VTuber doesn't have hands.
That was, oh my gosh, just the beauty of thinking about Zach saying something and it actually being right is one thing, but then him also being like on the flip coin being wrong is also would have been amazing. On my flip coin.
On the flip coin?
Yeah,
yes, on my,
the fear and hunger flip coin attack that you have.
Look at that! King was right. I was pointing left.
I will say one of my favorite, because I don't know. I feel like Fear and Hunger does a lot of things that, once again, I'm not a huge fan of. But one of the things that I really, really enjoy about Fear and Hunger is the like multi-body part like combat system. I think that ended up working really well for Fear and Hunger. The idea of like, oh, if this enemy still has their left arm, they will do a like fucking insta kill, like chop off your head attack, and I think that that's really neat.
I wonder whether I do feel like there was a small amount of like. I guess it shows that the creator of the game was very much like, oh, this is cool, where he specifically added the genitalia as a targetable limb.
You mean the stinger?
No, it is straight up called the penis in some of the enemies.
I believe it's always called the stinger.
For the guards, it's called the stinger. For
a
bunch of the other enemies, it's just called the penis.
Okay. Not that I'm gonna double check this because I don't care, but it was just like because I remember that there was the enemy in like the super late game, which I think was just called like the Feeler or something like that. It was like a weird spider like guy, and I thought his was also called a stinger. But
I think you're correct, but I don't know. There's some enemies where I think it's generally the less human you are, the more likely it's called a stinger.
Hopefully, if they have like female body type, the boobs also.
Although weirdly, there is, I think it's in 2, but there is an enemy who has a giant limb, and it is straight up called a penis, but also it detaches and shoots off and sticks to your face.
That's the woodsman that's super early. It's literally like the first area of Fear and Hunger 2.
Yeah, that one is not called a stinger for some reason.
It wraps around your.
I kind of want to know what it looks like, but I kind of don't know.
I sent you a picture.
It looks like what you think it looks like.
It's literally a xenomorph like face hugger, except that the tail of the face hugger is literally just a dick.
Yeah.
That just goes straight down your throat because once again the creator is edgy, I guess. I don't know. Once again,
those seem Fear and Hunger 1, and then they just did a bunch of it in Fear and Hunger 2 again.
Well, it is a little bit different. I was describing this to Saba when I got back into Fear and Hunger 2 a little bit, where it's like in Fear and Hunger 2, a lot of these themes exist for a reason, because like. You know, it's not necessarily just gratuitous, like, haha, I'm gonna anally rape you. It's more along the lines of like, oh, the sexual exploitation of this character has like significance when tied into her backstory, and then it also shows like the cruelty of like this particular character, yada yada. So it's like it's still not good. I would very much rather it not be there. But at the same time, it's like, okay, it's a little bit more valid than Fear and Hunger 1, I guess. Because in Fear and Hunger 1, he literally just put stuff like that in the game because he thought it would be funny. Or not funny, I guess, but more just like, oh my god, it's so grotesque.
It is.
The art style is interesting, I guess. I
think it's a really good art style, yeah.
The guy consistently draws muscles as like abominable pustulate growths.
Yeah, just like real life.
As a muscle enjoyer, it is upsetting to look at sometimes.
Watch Baki.
I mean, Fear and Hunger to a certain degree is like, is it popular or just well known?
So
I guess Fear and Hunger
so
2
it wasn't
popular.
popular for a really long time, and then I don't remember who did it. There was like a YouTuber who played it, and it started gaining popularity. And then
there's a guy named Sergal.
Is that true?
Seriously?
I know this because then the developer named the strongest spear in the game after him.
Oh, okay, I could see that.
Oh, that's
because
funny.
then the thing, like straight up, the thing that actually rocketed Fear and Hunger into like pseudo mainstream popularity for a while there was the Super Eye Patch Wolf video. Because Super Eye Patch Wolf made a video called like the cruelest game I've ever played or whatever, and that got like fucking 4.5 million views. And you can see, like, you can look
Maybe
on.
I should watch that.
You can. I don't know. I've talked about Super Eye Patch Wolf before. Super Eye Patch Wolf has problems. Did that imp just fucking kill itself?
Yeah.
He was so desperate to get you. I wasn't looking where his feet were.
He almost wall climbed, and like I got afraid for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, he can wall climb, and then he died.
Like, why wouldn't he
Zach,
just wall climb?
How would you feel if your castle engineer made us to open this gate? You had to slam a big hammer down on that pedestal.
If this is like my bedroom and I have to slam that down every time, I would be extremely upset.
This is the stairwell to your bedroom.
That's even worse.
That would suck. I would just not go to my bedroom.
Like, you either have to slam a hammer or some instrument or limb with equal force as Link swinging the skull hammer.
I'm gonna wait to see if. I mean, there's clearly a cutscene, but I'm gonna wait to bring up my topic.
Oh my god, his face.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey!
You can tell that no one is in the room because you walk into the room for a few seconds and nothing happens.
Remember how it's a thing that your little sister attracts seagulls?
Oh yeah.
It's another weird, just nice little lore bit that your sister randomly attracts seagulls.
Well, because it also helped in this context of like being able to like locate exactly where she was, right? Because we saw all the seagulls flying in through the window
fairly quickly.
I don't understand how you were already here.
Those guys are just here the whole time waiting for you. They were in a corner off camera. How do you feel about, like, Tetra's lime yellow hair?
In the shadow, it's not very good.
Oh my god. She's like the sword. I like Link's
the
face.
master
It's just so
sword.
derpy.
She looks at you like, that sword, I have to kill you for it.
Are you? Is it even possible?
She's like, I don't know.
You guys are full humans, right? In Breath of the Wild and this other one?
No, they're
Oh my
Hylians, which are different.
Okay, well, same difference. Are
No,
there
no, because
humans
in
those
Breath of the
systems?
Wild, there's Hylians, and then there are humans, which are different. It's usually just the ears. Hylians in most like Zelda depictions are essentially elves.
Okay, do they have any of the elven
got
features
pointy
besides
ears.
ears?
Not really.
It doesn't matter, whatever, same difference. So
Well,
you're fully
you
fighting
asked,
other
are they
people.
straight up humans? And I was like, no, they're not. They're Hylians.
Okay, well, are they humans or Hylians? I mean, cool, they have ears. What a big... The point I was trying to say is, it's not often that I feel like Link fights people that are just fully dudes. Like, usually fights monsters or corrupted enemies or, like, beasts.
I think it's because Nintendo is, like, trying to still associate it with children, right? Like, the idea of, like, this is still children's media. You know, because if you have Link fighting a bunch of humanoid enemies, the kids might start picking up sticks and whacking each other in the head. Although I guess they still do that regardless, but...
Well...
Be here any second.
Gonzo. I love Gonzo. I love the name.
How satisfied would you be if your pirate queen nicknamed you Gonzo?
I'd be pretty satisfied.
I don't know. I'm not super into Gonzo.
What if they nicknamed you Goner?
That
See,
would
that'd
be
be weird.
more. That would be. I would be like, what are you planning exactly?
What if they nicknamed you Human Sacrifice?
No.
What if they nicknamed you Kidney Donor?
What if they nicknamed you Do Not Resuscitate?
What if
When
on
they
your
nickname you,
deathbed the
do not
doctor is
resuscitate. What if they named you Do Not Disturb?
What if they named
That's
you
D&D.
$40,000 on the black market?
God damn it. Oh, I like his little tongue. It's just going. Oh.
Boss fight time.
All right.
Nothing could possibly go wrong here.
Well, I got the hammer recently, so I wonder if that's going to be part of this, but I can't tell. Also, is this bird going to do anything?
I think it's destroying bits of the way up, so don't look down.
Can't run, right? What the fuck?
Good job.
Does that mean I'm dead?
No, I think you could jump
could just-
over maybe the places that the bird got rid of, or maybe it'll magically have spawned back. Who knows? Never mind. You
No,
have to
I guess
wall.
now
You
I just have
wall.
to...
You have to grapple.
You gotta
quickly.
grapple. You
Oh,
gotta grapple the
well,
wall.
Great.
Sick.
Fantastic.
Or you can just wait.
It's there just to kind of far above you.
Get bullied.
This is what happens when Zach's told not to fail the jump, or and just decides to throw himself off.
It is kind of weird to me that this game has no armor upgrades.
Well, you have to wear this outfit, or your sister won't recognize you.
True.
She can
That's
only
why your sister
recognize
gets you
you if you wear
confused with
this
Tingle in that one
goofy hat.
cutscene. Yeah, for assholes. That's why your sister won't recognize you if you... Like, your sister does confuse you for Tingle repeatedly. Break the mask.
With the hammer? Oh my god, I did just crush his beak. Is he...
You'll be fine.
He's
just
not dead.
take a bath.
I don't
No,
believe...
I think he's okay.
I
I
don't
just think
believe that he's
you
dead.
rescued him from Ganon's control.
Uh-oh, there's a bunch of rocks.
Is he still evil though? Maybe. I don't know. Is it closing?
Scraw! That looks great,
Boss
dude.
fight time.
I love this thing's tail so
I never
much.
mind the masks. Is
Also, I didn't... His
there's
mask
a
isn't
lot of
broken.
feathers.
Guess I just heard about it. Hi. Oh, there you are. Now what?
Shoot him.
Do I shoot him?
Oh my god, look at his walk. It's so derpy.
Oh, that looked like it worked.
It sounded like it worked. The sound effect was good feedback.
I like his derpy walk. Look at him.
Ooh.
How many hammers take to get the center of this guy's mask?
Woohoo. Well, it's a Nintendo game, so 3.
Well, technically, you already hit it, so...
You should walk into the spikes and take minor damage.
I'm not gonna do that.
Why not? You should take minor
I guess
damage.
Saba is right, so it's at least 5.
Now it's 5.
Go walk into the spike and take minor damage. I dare
Adrian,
you.
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Because you haven't
It's just
given me
minor
any
damage.
reason.
You could lose a quarter of a heart.
I would rather take that you could lose a quarter of a heart. It's a limited time offer.
Walk into it twice and lose half a heart.
Oh my god, he's a
Dude,
chicken.
he's pissed.
He's a chicken.
He is pissed, dude.
Can you fucking okay?
I like Zach in my mind.
Oh, his
like,
face is
I'd
kind of
rather take
fat.
half a quarter of someone, or take someone's quarter of a heart, like very like morbidly, stealing someone else's. Or then lose a. His face is like he looks like a buff dude.
His face is kind of fat. He's got like big. He's got beak cheeks.
Big.
Beak cheeks.
He does. Look at him. They're puffy.
It's just projected.
Maybe you throw a bomb at him now because he just seems like he's going back and forth, or a rock. Some may say.
Wow, what a genius! You could probably have shot him at any point during that.
I don't know if that
Boomerang.
might work. I guess.
I don't know if he'll get another chance though.
I'm gonna tilt my thing back because I can do that.
I don't
Excuse
know.
me and my sounds.
Are you gonna try to Toro him with your hammer? Oh no, just land.
He's delicate, okay?
Here comes the beak.
Take time.
I like his death dance. He's like, bah, 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 bah.
No! But my princess! Oh my gosh, he's a star.
Link, you're under arrest for killing an extremely endangered species of evil bird.
Literally the last of its kind.
Yay!
Do you think it had a clutch of
How
eggs?
could you?
No. That
Why
guy.
not?
That
And-
you,
and
did
it
you
wanted
did you
to
see
see
that bird?
people
He's
to-
bachelor as hell.
So?
So he wouldn't have a clutch of eggs.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I just said that.
What are you, a birdologist?
Ornithologist? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're horny too.
I'm a ornithologist, yes. Yo, I
Look,
like
it's
it. Yeah, I
gone.
love the face.
It's like, man.
It's like me.
All right. Do you think you kill Ganon in this fight?
No, because I've seen the final fight.
Why not? You could kill him. Go, get him.
I mean, I
take him
could
out. You
kill
have a
him,
Master
but it's a
Sword.
Nintendo game, so no. Oh!
I like his.
I like his glowing eyes.
I like his eyebrows.
I like his little crown.
He looks like a dragon a little bit.
I think so. I think it looks kind of
The
like.
eyebrow. It's the eyebrows
I
for
think
me.
he kind of looks like a pig. Some sort of
He
boar
looks like-
monster.
He looks like one of those Chinese dragons with the big, like, curly eyebrows.
I like all of these different angles just to see his face.
Watch this. And game over. You win. Congratulations.
Did it? What happened? Did it? I mean, clearly it didn't work. But did he deflect, or is the
A
Master
blade
Sword
that
just
does
not
not
working?
sparkle.
Your
Apparently
blade is
you just
weak.
sparkle
Ah,
sword.
hence why we need the Triforce pieces. Got it. Oh, look! I like him from this angle. He's like, oh,
You can't even see his eyes because his cheeks are so puffy.
oh.
I think this Ganon got stung by bees minutes before you fought him. Like, while you were fighting off the bird, he was fighting off bees.
The bees. Not the bees.
The power of two tiny little stub leg kicks.
Oh my god. Are you gonna be the cause of her death?
Hopefully. Pathetic little sea rat.
Oh, she's got part of the sparkle.
You should go to the dentist. Your teeth don't fit together.
They got chipped, okay? Don't judge him. His two, like, mouth guard single unit teeth.
Creating ignorance will gain you nothing.
She has a piece to try for us because they're just spread out throughout the world everywhere.
Birdies.
That was really
Look,
fast.
it's Orb Kid.
He casts fucking lightning bolt. Oh, it's the dragon!
It's a dragon.
Oh, does that mean the big fish is gonna be here too?
You say it flies into the air.
How does Ganon survive this?
Because he's
Ganon.
He's fireproof?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Aw, the big fish doesn't show up? Come on.
How would he?
I don't know. I thought, like, I genuinely thought it was going to be a thing where, like, Ganon was going to jump out the window to try to save himself, and then, like, the big fish was going to swat him out of the air, like, from the water.
I don't think the big fish even fits out of that opening he made in the wall.
He can squeeze.
He's a squeezer.
He's a squeezer.
Look, it's Orb Kid.
It is Orb Kid. That's why I thought the big fish would be here, because that would be all three things, right? Wait, no. Because it was Deku Tree. So the Deku Tree should have also... The dragon should have been carrying the Deku Tree.
Uh-huh. That would kill him, Zach.
No, he's fine.
The Deku Key has been killed by weaker.
Ganon equals spring trap / burn trap / glitch trap.
The Deku Tree has been killed by a spider.
Goldberg trap ever.
What a cool, hot, and between the legs shot on that dumpy, frumpy dragon.
Adrian?
What?
Hey, Shrek made us think that way, Zach.
I don't think Shrek made you do anything. They literally just put eyelashes on a dragon, and y'all were like,
Maybe Shrek has intimately touched you.
Sorry?
But for most people, Zach.
Is their necklace gone, or can you just not see it normally?
I think you just can't see it normally because it's behind the ascot.
It's a bandana, Zach. Hey!
Like he was just chilling, and then he, ow, my butt.
Oh.
Who do you think
Tetra.
is talking to you guys?
Oh.
Also, the stone's
Look
thread
at
was
her
clipping through her face.
Shrek made.
Oh my god, it's not even that
Shrek
deep.
is funny.
Zach, what would
Maybe
you
for
do
you
if
it
you were
is.
at work one day and you tried to grab your phone and your hand clipped straight through it, but then it just acted like normal after that?
I'd let it pass, I think, one time.
You wouldn't tell anyone?
Nah.
I think
Okay.
I'd kind of mention it casually and then act like nothing's wrong.
I would
What would
whip
you
it.
do
I
if-
would whip it as hard as I can at Saba's head next time I see her.
What would you do if one in every 100 times that you tried to grab your phone, your hand clipped through it?
Kind of annoying.
Yeah, I'd just be annoyed because if that, and then in that case, it just seems like it's a normal thing, huh?
I feel like it's more just annoying, and the main and if not only time that it would be truly detrimental is like when you drop your phone and you try to go catch it. If it just so happens to be the 1 in 100 time, I'd be really pissed.
Now,
Yeah.
Adrian, is it like when you first come into contact with the phone, or is it?
It's
just
when
like
you
at any
touch
point
the
in time?
phone for that time, and for the rest of the time your hand's cut, it just clips through it, and then once you release your hand and then put it back on, then it is normal again.
Oh, then that's like relatively okay, I guess.
It is I,
It's
King
the-
Nose.
It's the king of red coats.
The king knows.
Remember how this guy appears in Breath of the Wild?
Let's see.
Was it?
I
same thing.
am the king of red lions. Okay. So Zelda's dad is a boat?
Would you rather be a boat or a wagon?
I'd rather be a carriage.
Oh, I didn't see the stained glass behind these things before. I think I would rather be a boat. Because like people give compliments to boats all the time, like, oh, that's a good looking boat. I don't think I've ever heard anybody give a wagon a compliment.
I feel like every single boat is assigned female genders.
Same.
Almost many / everything is assigned female. Boats, oceans, very few things are guys.
Adrian,
Gwen, you have to treat a woman like you treat a car. Go on. No.
No, I
That's
said
a
I made a
mistake.
mistake somehow.
Which apparently is pretty funny because I remember people in the comments being like, but he treats his car really well, so... Oh, no.
I like how in that scene Ben is just smiling.
Oh my god. The angular portion of your face does not work very well with the. Also, how's the light getting that far? Wouldn't the light be cut off by your big fucking cravat thing?
Don't worry about it.
Zach, don't worry about it.
Like his beard is being lit, and that very specifically should not be lit.
He is so lit, as they say.
Yeah,
just with her face in the background.
They don't fit.
He's like, oh, my bad. Go home.
One.
No, the wrong piece.
Leave. The wrong piece is fake.
The wrong piece is fake.
The biggest nerf in Zelda history.
Can you believe it? Tetra was
What a
actually a
downgrade.
princess. So my understanding, because obviously I already,
She lost her
knew that
tan,
this.
like
Yeah,
she went
she
back
did lose
in
her tan.
time,
I
reversing.
obviously already knew that this twist was going to happen, but is my understanding correct? Where like for now on, like because Tetra was kind of badass and actually had like agency within the narrative. Am I correct in understanding that from now on Zelda doesn't do shit?
She does a little bit in the final fight.
Okay, how many hours away is that?
40, I don't know.
I fucking hope not
40 hours.
You are Princess Zelda.
You are confused, yes? It is normal.
No, you're not confused. You're Princess Zelda. Get it right.
But who's on second?
I am suspicion.
How much would you rather play the original Super Mario Bros. Right now, Zach?
What do you mean?
Like, what if the game crashed and was replaced with Super Mario Bros. For the Super Nintendo? What would you do?
Well, for Super Mario Brothers for the Super Nintendo?
Or the original Nintendo?
That was the NES. We went all the way up to fucking Mario 3 on the NES, I'll remind you.
Whatever. Just some classic Mario.
SNES I think was Mario. What the fuck?
I love that transition. Just
I'll see you later.
He straight up just goes, "Let me be clear."
yes.
You are not allowed to fail.
What a really funny. They just slide the transparency on his model down.
Oh! I'm gonna leave you here. You know that awesome swashbuckling life as a pirate that you had? It's all gone. You're a prince.
Now she has obligations.
Now you have now you have to stay here in the Lost Kingdom by yourself with your ghost dad. What a crying shame.
she suffocates.
Do you feel like that was supposed to be like kind of evoking the same sort of idea as oh, hold on. Suggests to me that something has happened to the sages. In the Wind Temple to the north and the Earth Temple to the south. All right.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't that we just failed again to get your sister back, but now it's like something else is happening.
I shall mark these on your sea chart. Okay, great. Well, I'm really glad that they gave me like an actual objective. I appreciate that. I don't remember what I was saying. There you go. Weeble wobbling into the light is really funny.
It's cool that she appears briefly in Phantom Hourglass. Tetra does, and then she is gone for most of the game.
I thought Tetra was in Phantom Hourglass.
She is, but then she gets kidnapped.
Oh. Because I know that you spend a lot of time with Lineback.
I love Lineback. He's like Groose.
I don't know if that's necessary. Yeah, but Groose is a fan favorite because he's there for like a little bit.
Yeah, Lineback has actual character development and like a side quest and an arc.
It takes a really long time for that arc to come to fruition, though. I guess a long time by like Phantom Hourglass standards, in my mind.
I mean, it's something. I'm just gonna say it, and I think it's true. Up until the recent last two Zelda games, most of the characters didn't have development or an arc, because that's just not the kind of game it was. But Lineback and Groose are exceptions.
Do they have development now?
I mean, I think with the flashbacks, they're supposed to have at least character, if not development.
Well, because I mean,
I don't know if they develop.
I mean, we could talk about Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild spoilers, right? I think we're
sure.
good.
Yeah.
Spoilers, but yeah.
Spoilers in case anyone cares, because I know Saba has actual viewer, but like, because I feel like the only person I'm trying to think. I can't really think if anyone really has like genuine character development in Tears of the Kingdom, because I know for a fact that like Zelda's Folly from Breath of the Wild, that was genuinely like heart-wrenching. The idea of like what her father said was absolutely true, where if she had done what he said and just abandoned all hope for anything other than faith, she would have been able to save the world from Ganondorf, you know what I mean? Or from Ganon, rather. Calamity Ganon. And it's like, that's a real tragedy. And the fact that she has like that character development where she realizes her mistake and you know, corrects for it, I think is really awesome. But I'm trying to think, and it's like, I can't really think of... I'm not feeding this fucking fish, I don't give a shit. I can't really think of any other characters that have any sort of like major like non-token character development, I guess. Because you definitely like make situations better for people where like they're in a bad situation and then you make them better. But I can't think of characters that start off with a major flaw and then solve that flaw through character growth. Maybe the gosh, what was it? What was the bird sage's name from Breath of the Wild? Because he was like
Revali.
Yeah, well, no, because then Revali is still an asshole, right? Because you're just
he just kind of like proud.
Correct me if I'm
like
wrong,
he
but
didn't do anything.
I don't know a lot about the game because I didn't really pay attention. Doesn't he just specifically treat Link slightly better rather than stop being an asshole?
I think, well, because it like, if I recall correctly, the idea was that the four sages had been working with Zelda for a while because she was the one that was helping them to utilize like the Guardians or whatever, or not the Guardians, the God, what were the big machines called? Whatever they were called.
The things that Ganon hacked.
The things that Ganon hacked. Well, because he hacked the Guardians as well. But anywho, like the elephant and the bird and the camel and stuff. But anyway, And then if I remember correctly, Rivali specifically hated or like strongly disliked Link because he felt
he
like
wanted
Link
to be
just well, he just felt like Link showed up out of nowhere, whereas the other four of them had actually like earned their position. He saw Link as just somebody who just, you know, showed up at the 11th hour and got like a bunch of credit essentially for something that he didn't really contribute to. And then ultimately, like Adrian was mostly right, where it's like after you do the thing in the modern day, you get like a flashback with Rivali where you see like Link saves Rivali or something. Jesus fuck! Can you stop with all the fucking sharks? God damn it! It's not engagement, please. Anyway, Link like saves Rivali or something like that and shows Rivali that he's not just like a guy. He's like an actual like warrior or whatever.
He's a guy with skills instead of just being a guy.
Instead of just being a guy, yeah.
Like, oh, Zelda's faith in you is not totally mistrusted.
Yes, that's a very good way of phrasing it, I guess. Or rather, I guess rather Zelda's faith in you is not unwarranted. Is that the edge of the map? Yes, it was. Okay, so now we need to go west.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do think that like Skyward Sword, Phantom Hourglass, and the last two Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and the other one, I don't know if there's any actual character development outside of those games.
They definitely have good characterization.
Well, you know what, Skull Kid from Majora's Mask.
How much like character development do you need for like, you know, characters that are constantly within like a big loop of time?
Make them side characters that are unique to that loop. That's how those other two games did it.
Well, it's like it doesn't feel unreasonable though. It's like the majority of the focus of these games is just to like stop Ganon, you know? So it's more situational rather than character like driven per se.
Because I guess I concur with the fundamental statement of like you don't necessarily need character development in order to make a story compelling, but I can't really think of a situation. Well, once again, I guess this is kind of like a cheaty answer, but like if character development is done well, I don't think it ever makes a story worse, right?
Yeah.
No, it's just in like an addition, but sometimes it's like maybe you could make a thing too complex. But,
I guess that's true.
or like detract from like you know, a focal point of something else you're trying to focus on. Because it's like, you know, we already have our kind of iconic characters here, and it's like, well, okay, you're already dealing with like whatever this narrative is. I think it's okay maybe if you like have them as kind of like side characters having their own kind of little narrative arcs, because that's like side content. But
I think they should characterize Link as an annoying twee douchebag for a whole game and then never address it again.
Just for the okay, so fucking gosh, the
So
CDI.
Four Swords.
Okay, well, I haven't played Four Swords. I was gonna say CDI Zelda.
That's technically not true because that's only in the manga where they actually give them dialogue. But in the manga, each of the four Links has an extremely different personality.
Is this where I want to be?
Do you have the ability to lift giant stone heads?
No, but he said to go here.
I'd like to.
Then maybe you have to go to the other one. I don't know.
Then why would they give me the option of one or the other? God damn it.
Just cause it's funny when I watch you struggle and cry.
Hey.
Hey, go explore.
Okay, well, at a minimum, I will sail all the way across the map to the other location, but I don't know how much further we're gonna get after that for today's stream. Hey, it's a good banter stream though.
These are pretty hard.
I mean, we're definitely
Okay,
not.
so to get the power bracelets, you have to go to the Fire Mountain, and to get in the Fire Mountain, you have to have the ice arrows. And to get the ice arrows, you have to go to the Mother and Child Islands. And to get to Mother and Child Islands, you need the Ballad of Gales.
Really?
So you need to get the Battle of Gales as the first step in this quest.
Holy fuck. Well, okay. Well, at a minimum, I'm like I said, I'm gonna go to the other location first, and then I guess we'll kind of reverse engineer that.
To get the Battle of Gales, you have to kill a frog.
Not a frog.
It's in one of the big cyclone guys.
Saba, how are you feeling about Omori tomorrow?
Where did we leave off with that? I'm just going through the whole course in my head. Did we finish Sweetheart? No, we didn't finish Sweetheart. I feel like we're gonna have to fight Sweetheart. Maybe send her back home, and then we still won't find Basil. we have. It seems like there's quite like a chunk of game left.
It feels like the game is exceptionally long. Just based, I don't know, just based on like what I thought it was going to be. What makes it
exceptionally long is like me doing all of the stuff per day. Like you could technically skip it, but will you get the best ending? I don't think so.
But but I don't blame you for that. I guess I blame.
No.
I guess I blame the game for that because I was thinking about it, and once again, not that I'm like not having a good time with Omori. I guess it's more along the lines of like. How do I phrase this? There was a sentiment that I didn't really understand that was going around the internet for a while, which was people were starting to turn on the quote-unquote children of Earthbound, right? The idea of like games similar to Undertale that were inspired by Earthbound and really, really try to have like that quirky aspect to them or whatever. I feel like Undertale obviously very much succeeds in that. And then also like the general gameplay. Hello? What the fuck just happened?
The general?
Can I not... Hello? Is my controller dead? Oh my god, my controller's dead. That's really bad, because I don't have a replacement.
Nice.
Well...
Guess we have to go back to Apologize this next stream.
Is it dead as in like there's no more battery?
As in there's no more battery, Sabi, yes.
Okay, yeah, then as Adrian, I think we're fine.
No, stream's over forever.
Okay.
Well, we're
gonna sail in circles for a second. I gotta go get another controller. I'll be right back.
I can show off my new live full screen. Yo, we're waiting. So we're gonna be in this screen. This is exciting. I've never used this screen before. It is incredibly funny to see Link just go in a circle. Is this not what we wanted from every Link? To simply go in a circle, existentially. Well,
I have a tip for Zach on how to make progress once he gets back.
Do you? I'm excited to hear it.
That's just where to go.
Okay.
Oh, is Zach setting up the charger?
Well, I can't have the charger plugged into the computer because that's what caused the crash the last time we were doing this. So, actually, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to... can I turn off Bluetooth?
We're just going to do an edge-wide podcast.
I mean, we could, I guess.
Heck, yeah.
Show Bluetooth. Wireless controller. I don't want to remove device. I literally just want to turn off Bluetooth. Thank you. Perfect.
I mean, Zach doesn't exist in
Oh, hey, how about that? Did you know that canonically, 3/16 is the day in whatever year they have that Dungeon Meshi kicks off where Elias's party gets wiped out?
That's very interesting.
Happy Fallen gets eaten and the gang starts eating day.
Eating day. He's the best.
This might not. This might straight up just not.
Holy moly! I just saw someone say there's rumors that GTA be $150.
I don't believe that.
Whoa, that would be crazy for sure.
I definitely think people would pay that.
If that is the case, that'd be absolutely insane.
It would be absolutely.
I'm still not buying it either because I don't play GTA games.
Well, say I never enjoyed GTA games to begin with.
That is insane.
Driver error. That's interesting.
That's new.
Also, I'm literally just not able to click on anything because of the fucking game running. That's very bad.
Can you save?
No, Saba, because the controller's not working. Please think about things.
Yeah. No. So I
So
don't,
I think
I
what
don't
we're
remember
gonna
which
do-
one you can just save.
I think what we're gonna
via
do.
the thing.
We don't have we do not have save states on this very legitimate Wii U, sadly, because they never got it working.
Yeah.
So I
It's
think what
the
we're gonna
other
do,
one.
just for a little bit, I think we're gonna do like just 10 minutes of just chilling out because my controller is charging in the other room. So I'm gonna let it charge for like 10 minutes, bring it back, and hopefully then everything will work again, and I'll be able to at least save the game. But yeah, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, before my controller died, what were we talking about?
I do not recall. Sorry,
I found the list of places that you could go to progress the game.
Okay.
Any of these places you need to go to and get sucked up and shoot a frog in a tornado.
Okay. Well, I mean, in general, that's useful. Thank you.
And then
Wow,
you
it
have to
really,
start-
it really is like one thing per square, huh?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I love because like if you were to remove the grid lines and then just assume that this was like a real like world, like ocean world, that would look crazy. Everything just being like kind of evenly spaced out and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess what do we want to talk about?
Oh, you were talking about. Oh, now I kind of remember. You're talking about like Undertale, Earthborn-esque.
Oh,
characters.
yes. So in reference to Omori, I'm realizing that I kind of get what people were talking about a little bit, where it's like Omori is the first time that I'm playing one of the quote unquote children of Earthborn, Earthbound, where
Children of Earthborn.
it's the first time where I'm playing one where I'm starting to kind of pick up on what they're putting down, what those people were putting down in terms of like, the game is quirky in the sense that every once in a while there is something that's like kind of charming, right? But I feel like too much of the game allows you to just kind of do nonsensical whatever. I promise I will cast gaseous form at the function. Why did they outline the fucking that's not what that is.
It has to be. They're both wearing red.
Sure about that.
I guess so. He's wearing red glasses and the other guy is wearing a red jacket. That's really funny. But yeah, I don't know, because I'm thinking about the Omori stuff, and it's just like, I think that the game is interesting, but I do think that there are about 3 times as many fights as there needs to be in literally every area of the game. I feel like it's just not snappy enough. Like there's so much content that exists. And once again, this is not an opinion that stems from you choosing to do all of the side content or whatever. It's the fact that, like, even just like the spider forest as an example, like, how many times do you really need to go fight a bunch of like fucking spider sprouts or spider bunnies? Like, fighting 2 of those
I think
guys.
there's one per area.
Well, it was one per area, but then they respawn every time you leave and come back or do whatever. And it's like, yeah, there is a part of me that wants to be like, Saba, please be more efficient. But I don't say that because you're not being unreasonable. You're just playing the game, as normal. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about like all the fights you had to do to get through Sweetheart's Castle. And it's like, yes, true, you could have run away from some of them. Like, some of them are very clearly runawayable. But, like, I don't know. It's just like, I think about Undertale, where it's like each combat encounter, depending on which playthrough you're going through, I guess, because the genocide, like, you know what it is? Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt my own thought, which was that the Omori feels like it's forcing you to do the genocide run of Undertale, which was specifically designed to be frustrating and boring. Not saying, once again, not, just to clarify, not saying that Omori is like not saying that it's frustrating and boring. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like enough of the combat encounters are unique enough to validate having so fucking many of them.
Maybe it would be better if they had done like, it was like a cooldown timer when it comes back, you know? I feel like that
I can see why they didn't do that, because, you know, it is just a what do you call it? A fucking RPG Maker game. And I don't and like, you know, adding like global variables to track that would be a little frustrating. Like democratic fundraising messaging. I'm Nancy Pelosi, and I'm asking you for help. When Nava takes out the trash, I need you to. Oh my god, am I about to die? This is bad. Can I pause? Can I really not pause?
Maybe you can grab your controller even if it's like not 10 minutes.
We should do your task manager and force stop the program. That'll pause it, right?
I mean, honestly, I can go get it.
Will you swim like going in circles actually stop anything from happening? I'm gonna see if when you actually get hit.
Does this dodge every hit?
I mean, so far it's
dodging. He is dodging. Oh, so close.
Let's see if this works, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna.
Because it was dodging every hit in that circle.
That was impressive, and I think you are moving actually a little bit because he was far away and you smacked into him.
Well, you're moving in the direction the wind is in general, because even though it's a circle, when you're moving with the wind, you move further than moving against it. So you are making progress in a direction.
We are heading north by default, which is cool, I guess. Okay, cool. My Bluetooth just refuses to turn on now.
Cool.
That is very cool. Thank you, video game.
I don't appreciate this video game. This is not nice.
Driver error for the controller. That's super interesting and cool. Thank you. Well, I made it through the fucking squid encounter, I guess.
Did you not die?
No, it's all sunny and the heroic music came back. Okay, let's fucking try. Dude, I can't click on anything. Wow, this very legitimate Wii U, actually factually just fucking straight up steals your entire system. I can't click on anything. I cannot remove device. I cannot fix my my device manager. Dude, can I really not just fucking suspend? Are you shitting me?
should be like, why would they not include something
To
that
pause.
could like save you, from like something like this happening?
I don't know. And once again, I'm not going to blame them because it's not like this isn't
Hey, you're almost to
necessarily
Windfall Island.
Oh my god.
in the least efficient way possible.
Do you think you're gonna get stuck and caught on Windfall Island?
Holy shit, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
I hope that
Would
happens.
be amazing.
Dude, are you fucking serious?
Hey, Zach, I'd like to present last year's income report for the stream.
$1. Well, thank you. That information was not supposed to be public, but I clearly, who
I'm not the one who
cares?
said it out loud, but okay.
Yikes. Whoopsies.
Okay. Alright. Oh! Why am I going straight now?
Where are we turned away? Where's the island?
You're going north, so you left the island.
No!
And by the way, I cannot change my inputs. Let's see. Okay.
Can you do controller 2 and then do...
Well, it needs to be controller 1 because this game doesn't have multiple controllers, really.
Okay, you're right. And then just do
I can do a
your
second profile.
keyboard? Yeah.
I can try to set it for keyboard, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
We already passed the island. We're too far ahead.
That's a different island. Windfall Island was like half of the way there, so.
We are so far away, Zach. We're quickly approaching oblivion. We need saving.
Settings.
At least we have music. What?
That's fine.
Oh.
This is actually
Well, we've
okay.
stopped.
That's actually okay, though. I
yesterday.
believe I have bad news.
No.
You are not allowed to use keyboard and mouse, I guess?
Is there any other controller that you do have that is
Saba, you need to listen to the words that I say when I tell you that my Bluetooth will not turn on.
Oh yes, your Bluetooth.
I said that 3 times.
That was something you said. Maybe not 3 times, but you did say it.
Word? Okay. Okay.
Huh?
A. Shit. What is it? What are the buttons? Like A, B.
Was?
A, B. X, Y. L, R. Z, L, Z, R. That's gonna be very confusing. Plus, minus. Up, down, left, right. Oh, fuck. Left axis is up, down, left, right. D-pad is I, K, J, L. Okay? I think that works.
Please?
Did that work?
Please work. Please. Please.
A. No! Come on, dude. You're really not gonna let me fucking change my... Well, I guess that's because that's profile... Okay, well, hold on. That was controller 2. So controller 2 does work. Can I save this? Keyboard. Save. Profile save. Go back to 1. Load keyboard. Hey?
Did it break it?
Error?
Oh,
Did it crash?
error?
Dude, I think it's straight crashed.
Oh no.
It is dangerous to go any further. We must go back.
It fucking crashed. Holy fuck. Okay.
That's the King Red Lion saying it's
my
dangerous to go further and play through. You have to lose progress and go back to the start of
Again,
the
for the
stream.
second time of this playthrough.
It's a shame Grant wasn't here to see this.
Dude, I don't really know if I want to have to go back and do all that again. This is not Wind Waker's. This is not Wind Waker's fault, but this is frustrating enough for me to be like, I don't want to play this anymore.
Maybe we should take a break and go back to Apollo Justice.
Straight up, maybe, because like I was not frustrated with Apollo. Like I was not tired of Apollo Justice at all. I just wanted to go back to Wind Waker because it's like, oh well, it's what we're supposed to be playing hypothetically. But I don't know.
Honestly, it seemed like we were pretty fine too up until whatever this happened. So, like, it was frustrating. It's frustrating.
Well, I mean, I guess that's just kind of what happens when you're not allowed to have your controller plugged in. Man, that really sucks that it had to fucking crash. And I don't even understand like why it necessarily crashed. Well, I guess because I loaded a new controller profile, but really? Is there a way for me to like restart?
Memory search? I don't know what that means.
I will also say that this is also very much my fault because I wasn't saving ever. The game does autosave though, right? Am I not? I believe it does.
Didn't we have a thing
Maybe?
where you found it doesn't and you lost all the progress?
Well, we're gonna double check.
Well, hold on. We're gonna, yeah.
If this does not work, by the way, we are ending stream early because I don't want to have to fucking deal. There it is.
I think it does not have an autosave. This person very specifically was like, so if you are 2 hours into the game and it freezes and you never save, then you are fricked.
That's crazy that in the HD re-release they wouldn't.
Freaked.
It's crazy that in the HD re-release they wouldn't put a thing though.
It's and then the line right after what he said is just like the 1980s again. So I guess they wanted you to
my
feel that
keyboard
same
also just
frustration.
doesn't register my keyboard at all, which is dramatically incorrect.
Something ironic about the game crashing when the king was like, it's too dangerous, go forward. We need to go back. Do it again.
It is pretty funny. Input.
Well, I guess you could test to see if this keyboard thing even can work. Like you just said it doesn't, but
Saba,
I know,
please,
but
please.
Oh my god!
You're doing the exact same thing you used to do.
Oh my god, you're insufferable.
Then why say anything then?
Excuse me, I don't know if there's any other options you could do to actually fix it so the keyboard can work, Zach, okay? How about you think broader than just, oh, it didn't work once, so it'll never work?
Saba, what keyboard are you using right now?
It doesn't matter what I'm using, because yours doesn't work.
Okay.
Doesn't Parsec let viewers control it? What if Saba doesn't just fixes automatically?
I'm not gonna kid you. I actually do have a controller, but it may not be the same controller. That,
I don't know.
Like, you need.
Well, it doesn't necessarily matter which controller
Adrian,
would be in there.
I can't believe this.
That
you
might
may be a genius, but it may be too late.
I'm about to say I could just reload
Saba
it.
was a solution.
Let's see. I mean, I can give you
You
gamepad.
could be the solution as well, I guess, in this case.
I don't have a controller.
You don't? Oh, okay.
I gave you controller access. Feel free to just like connect it, I guess, like turn it on, and we'll see.
Well, you're on something, right? I need you to like click on the game.
Right, but I can't. Okay, so I guess I need to give you. Can you turn off the visuals for your stream? I guess.
No one's seeing your thing at all right now.
Right, Saba, I'm going to give you permission to look at the settings screen. That's why I need you to turn off your visuals, just in case.
I don't understand what you're saying because no one's seeing any parsec or anything, Zach. No one's seeing your anything.
Is it showing the same thing of like the user is clicked onto a different window, or is
no, Zach, you don't see anything. And nothing. No one's seeing anything. It's just me and my chat on screen right now.
Fine. There isn't really anything I can give you access to. Because the app is
What about
CMU
your-
itself.
What about your social security number?
Oh.
Adrian?
I think that would solve a lot of problems if you announced that to the world right now.
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna press a button.
Okay. Can you see this at all?
Yes.
Okay, so you do see this. If I open up my input settings, do you see input settings?
Yes.
You do. Okay, great. So is your controller connected?
Should be, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have you
Hold on.
hit...
Hold on.
I'm assuming you're using a PS4 controller?
Yeah.
In that case, I have the A button selected, so hit circle, and let's see if that does anything.
Mm-mm.
All right, then it doesn't work. I mean, to be fair, assuming that a very legitimate Wii U would be able to interface properly with fucking
with a
Parsec is kind of nuts.
PS4.
That would have been sick if it worked, but I don't necessarily blame the system for not understanding what the hell is going on.
Like if I had a Switch, maybe this would have been a little different.
I don't think it's the I don't think it, because the thing is that Parsec always just outputs the same controller signal no matter what. But I don't think that Parsec can interface with that. Or I don't think the very legitimate Wii U and Parsec can interface with each other because they're not designed to talk. I could give you, I guess we could try one more thing, because I have to use DS4 Windows.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come back, keep my controller.
I heard a thing. Was that me or you?
You heard a thing. I think that was you because I turned off my.
But my controller shouldn't be on because my Bluetooth isn't working. So that might be you.
Okay. Well, maybe it didn't realize the connection was wrong.
Hit circle. Yo, did you just do that?
I did something. Yes. Yeah. It's doing
Oh
something.
my god. Okay. Hold on. It does work. Okay. So DS4 Windows is capable of interfacing between these two fucking ad hoc solutions. That's crazy. All right. So Saba, A is circle, and then it's X triangle square. And then L, and then LR, you know these. Saba, it's your fucking shoulder buttons.
Oh, go back. Sorry. Sorry, when someone just tells me left or right, I'm like, is that just the movement? Is that the pad? Can you go back to L? Or do you need to start over again? Okay, thank you.
No, not X trigger, Y trigger. It's your other two buttons that you have on your controller, Saba.
Yeah, those are the back ones.
L2, R2 is X trigger, Y trigger?
Apparently.
It should definitely not be X trigger, Y. X trigger, Y trigger is pressing...
I pressed them again. I don't know what to tell you. I pressed the back two again.
All right, whatever.
How much does it actually matter for our purposes?
I guess not really, since we're... Well, I mean, once again, all things created equal, this is just going to be... we're going to load in and it's going to have not saved any progress and we're going to end stream anyway.
I know.
But it is kind of crazy to know that this does work though. Like that is kind of nuts. See, this is what I'm saying, Saba. Y trigger is hitting the fucking L3R3.
I'm not pressing anything. I'm literally pressing the keypad for number, not the keypad, the pad in the middle for this. Do I have any numbers? That's definitely not what I wanted.
Just click in on like the right thumbstick. There you go. Okay, that's fine. All right. And then I don't know, click in on the left thumbstick, I guess. Okay, so we have a profile for you and it is connected. We're gonna launch the game.
I guess if we want, like, if we like go back to what was it? If this does work and we go back to Apollo, maybe if Zach has the time to catch up or cares enough, like we have a failsafe if this does work.
But I don't think we can switch control. Well, maybe it's because we switched controller. I can't believe that worked. Maybe it's because we switched controller profiles that it crashed, as opposed to just switching controllers. I genuinely don't know.
Maybe like you and I could maybe test that out later.
Maybe.
But
Can you save this configuration as like an emergency backup for next time?
So as far as the computer is concerned, I'm playing right now.
I don't actually
the very
know
legitimate.
which
It's just
one
Wii. It's just Wii U Pro controller, Saba.
Okay.
Oh, did it not work?
Nothing happens now.
Oh, my bad. Let's try like that. Oh. Okay. Can you click buttons?
No, nothing's happening.
Okay, so it just stopped working. Okay, great. We're gonna exit. We're gonna relaunch it. Since I made a new profile for your controller, it was set automatically to Wii U gamepad.
Yeah, the gamepad, yeah. Well, this is certainly a very unique stream.
It's just frustrating that
Twilight Princess,
it just so happened that my controller had to die. My controller was totally fine. I mean, that's what happens. I guess it's fine. Okay. Input settings. Wii U Classic controller. Wii U Pro controller. There we go. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, but nothing is clickable.
Now it's just not doing anything. Okay, great. So
yeah, but maybe you did that while that was like it was setting up, so I don't know whether or not it was still like freaked out or not. Ooh!
Saba, can I get a line read, please?
Yeah, let me open that so I can see it big.
That's really good.
Hold on. Your Honor, in my defense, who cares? Like, oh my effing who cares? Like, come on.
Like, come on.
And then Phoenix thinking the exact same thing.
Your Honor, in my defense, who cares? Oh my fucking god, who cares? Like, come on. All right, Saba, can you see the input settings?
Yeah.
Can we do it? Can we just go through it one more time?
Yeah, so A.
That's circle,
Hold on,
X, triangle, square.
Left, right, right, left, right, da, 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 do, 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 do.
All right.
Okay.
Try it again.
Time.
We are now officially in the stop time. Like meta context outside of game, this is the stop time.
We're just, I guess, chilling and doing. You know, I like this image, Adrian. It's a funny image.
It is a very funny. All right, we're in. Saba's able to proceed.
I am able to proceed.
Let's see. Nope. That's the entire stream lost. Also, my Discord just crashed.
Only thing is now would be to like see whether or not what you said, Zach.
Did anybody even notice that my Discord crashed?
Your Discord did crash. Everything is crashing. Zach is having a conniption internally.
I fucking hate everything, I think. Oh my god.
Truth be told, all we would need is a few seconds in order to get it to like the save, right?
What do you mean?
It like if this is like if this causes to crash or whatever, right? All we would need is like a few moments of this working.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it, Saba. You fucking do it.
No! Are you kidding?
I fucking, you know what? You're the one who got fucking $125 for nothing the other day. You play the fucking video game. How about that?
Worcestershire sauce.
It'd be one thing, Zach. if I
Worcestershire sauce.
started-
Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Brown.
I'm gonna switch this so people can see. Do you have this full screen, by the way?
Do you want me to?
Might as well. I don't know what you're gonna make me do here, but I'd rather have people at least see
Repeat
this
the
nonsense.
entire thing that I did so far.
I don't even know how to play this game, and you're like,
Saba, it's a
repeat
Nintendo
everything.
game. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna bungle this, and it'll be your fault. Okay, Zach, talk then, as I try to figure this out.
No, I'm gonna do like you,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just be silent and make you do all the talking.
What are you talking about? Me and Adrian had a great time chatting about stuff.
You know what, Zach? How many farts do you think Saba lets out every day?
I mean, it
Dude,
must
so
be in the
many.
it must be in the double
So
digits
many.
at a minimum.
Or
She
think
can't.
she
She
breaks
can't
triple
hold.
digits?
She can't
True,
hold that
because
much. Like
people
she can't
say-
hold that much gas in her.
What are you talking about, Zach? I burp instead.
As
No,
opposed to Zach, who's full of hot air.
it's true.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I don't. None of this means anything to me.
Did you, Adrian, in your temporary interest in
Oh.
I almost said Ghost in the Shell, in Fear and Hunger, have you encountered anybody talking about the
Doing
orgy
it.
yet?
Which one?
The one that's earlier, the one with the rabbit people, not the wolf people. Or fox people.
I mean, I have a surface level understanding of it.
It was
I think I
like
pulled one too many
just kind of
times.
going back to the same topic from before, where it was just like,
Because we're back in the same place we talked about Fingernail earlier.
yes, that's what made me think of it.
Oh my god.
Where see now, hey, Sama, congratulations, we found another time loop game. I would like to reiterate, by the way, it's crazy to me that we did all of that and then my OBS
I'm just
never
listening
crashed
to my
once.
force, okay.
Like that entire process is fully
Oh my
documented for
gosh.
stream. But anyway, so sorry, what I was gonna say was that obviously I don't think Fear
Ow.
and Hunger, as I've
That's what
stated
I
multiple
feel like
times, I
right
don't
now.
feel like Fear and Hunger handles the topic of sex very well. That's pretty funny. But I
Sorry,
do feel
yeah,
like
continue.
both orgy scenes are particularly interesting because they actually have something to fucking say, I guess. Where it's like the idea of like when faced with
Heck
the
yeah.
like assured destruction and impartiality of a nihilistic universe that could not give less of a fuck about you, your choice is either to accept nihilism and do nothing, or to have a good time, and thus the orgy. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like just kind of talking about the dichotomy between Fear and Hunger 1 and Fear and Hunger 2. That is a weirdly salient like thing to touch upon that feels a lot more Fear and Hunger 2 in nature than 1, which I just think is interesting.
I see.
How do you
Have
feel?
you
How do you feel about
considered,
Lagarde being Hitler?
You mean Kaiser?
Kaiser. Oh, in Fear and Hunger 2, he is called Kaiser. Sorry, in Fear and Hunger 2, I still just called him Lagarde because I'm like, you're not tricking me. I know who
Thank
you
God.
are. I know
Did
who
it.
you are, you fucking vampire.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played either game, but just off of vibes, I feel like the Dark Souls series would probably do something similar to what Fear and Hunger does when you're talking to someone but you don't know their name, where it gives them adjective, profession before you know the name in the dialogue box, and then after you learn the name, it's just their name. Is that correct?
I don't quite
Little kid
remember
now.
because like the thing is that there are characters who you don't meet or who they don't introduce themselves first, but I believe they just straight up don't have a nameplate if you don't know who they are. I think that's what they do. Because I mean,
like
once
when Fear and
again,
Hunger
Fear
does
and
it.
Hunger is extremely aggressive when it comes to the idea of like, well, tough luck, you know? Like if you don't remember who this person was from like fucking 17 playthroughs ago, too bad.
Well, I'm just talking about how, like, like Kahara is called Mercenary if you don't know his name in the nameplate. I just think it's neat.
Okay, grab it like.
Well, is he still called Mercenary even after you learn who he is?
I thought that all the nameplates change after you learn their names.
I would have to go back and double check, because if that's the case, I don't remember that. Because I remember, like, when you're selecting character, all of the characters, even after you learn their actual names, are still just referred to as, like, Dark Priest and Outlander and stuff. What's the name? What's the woman's title? Is she just Soldier?
I thought it was just Knight.
Well, because she's not a knight. Lagarde is a knight.
I thought that she was Knight, and then Lagarde is Lagarde because every character knows Lagarde by name because they have backstory reason to. And then there's like an NPC that's like Brave Knight. I don't remember.
These all feel like really specific things that I just wouldn't remember, and that's fine. But
I know Kahara is Mercenary, and that's all I'm really confident in. And what's his face is Outlander, big guy who's weirdly apparently not good to play as for beginners.
Well,
Just,
it's
like,
really
buff.
it's purposeful that he's not very like kind to beginners, because you would assume like, oh, he's the big muscular barbarian character. He probably has like some of the most straightforward gameplay possible. But it turns out that that's not actually what Fear and Hunger rewards. Fear and Hunger rewards options, not stats, right? Like, obviously, stats are extremely important to getting, making progress in the game. But, like, once again, what's her face? The soldier knight character? Excuse me.
You're gonna save.
She just has, like, an implicit understanding of, like, what items are useful where. You know what I mean? Because, like, even, like, the Outlander guy, he's, like, it's not that he's dumb, it's just that he's unaware, right? So, like, he doesn't even know how to use, he doesn't even know that you can use red vials on doors to, like, burn them. You know what I mean? Like, because he doesn't know what the red vial is. He just holds on to it because he's like, I don't know what this is.
Getting out of here.
Huh. I didn't know characters had a different level of knowledge.
Oh, yeah,
different items.
I mean, that's literally the only reason why Dark Priest is viable at all, is because he knows how to use all magic items by default. He's the only one where if you get the scroll that allows you to wish for any 3 items of your choice, he's the only character who, when you pick it up, he has dialogue to tell you what the fuck it is.
Right, but if you already know as a player, then you can use it.
Yeah, then you can just use it. Yeah, because you just write whatever on it. Well, you write it in your own blood, but for him, you write it in 8. But yeah.
I thought you needed a quill to use it.
I think you need a quill, but once again, it's like when you actually write on it, it says like, oh, you scrawl in blood, or for him, it's you scrawl in your ink.
Let's see if Stop fair at the combat.
I can't do this. Go back.
You should draw your sword, Sava.
I got, but there's too many people.
It's the
shoulder button is lock on.
You're gonna need to learn it really quickly.
You have to lock on in order to defeat a Dark Nut.
Is that it?
So you're doing it, but there has to be a yellow arrow over their head in order to lock on. Yeah, there you go, you did it.
Have your sword drawn and wait for the A to appear, or just do that. You can just spam the pig guys, but you need to wait for the armor guys. So lock onto the armor guy, just wait and press A when the timing is good.
Nope, that was B.
Oh, it didn't work.
That was B, Saba.
Oh, you're right. I hate. I always switch mine around because I don't like having it like that.
There you go. Get him.
Oh my god, he really does just fucking go limp. That's really funny.
Good job.
Okay.
Now I know how to beat every enemy in this room.
Yeah, now you just have to go find them all. Saba was so focused on the heart. Yeah, anyway.
Got it.
Adrian, didn't you have banter topics that you put in?
Get him.
Oh,
Poor guy now.
I guess I can mention which one? I have 3. Which one should I pick?
Rack him.
I guess I'll pick the one that I think is most abstract out of these, which is anti-karma, and it's very open-ended. there's not a lot of I guess just the concept of anti-karma is what not it's what so obviously karma is when bad things happen to bad people, good things happen to good people, right?
More or less, yeah.
Anti-karma being, I guess it's more of a question of like.
Ew, there was
You're not
This is
locked
a
on,
question because I
Saba.
feel like it's universally agreed. It's just frustrating when bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much universal sentiment, yes.
Oh.
But like,
What's the actual concept here, I guess, is my question. Like, are you just introducing the notion of, like, what if there was a thing called anti-karma, or are you trying to have an
that
actual
is the case.
discussion?
I don't know. It's just anti-karma, just the concept and how it applies to various media and cases where it's true and unfortunate.
Well, because, like, even, like, outside of media, in real life, I feel like, quote-unquote, bad people are the types of people that would very much be willing to lie and, like, take advantage of other people, which does lead to success more often for those people, because you're able to, like, seize the success for yourself, as opposed to having to either share success or wait for the circumstances of success to come up, you know? Not saying that, like, you know, the good guy always finishes last or anything like that, but it is definitely a circumstance where, like, bad people are able to ascend quicker, I guess. Especially as a person who recently moved into fucking corporate America or whatever, you see that a lot. You see a lot of people who do not deserve, like, to be where they are, fully lavishing in the idea of them being like, oh, well, I'm better because I already made it here, you know?
Okay.
Was that it? Was that the whole topic? Adrian muted.
I didn't hear anything you said after you said bad people lavishing because my internet died.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
But yeah, I think there is something about the point of like, I think it's just that bad people, quote unquote, are less restricted than morals, and I mean this is obvious stuff, but I guess what's like a.
Oh, he's also. I'm dead. I got hit.
What's like the biggest example you can think of a recent piece of media consumed where someone had something really good happen to them undeservingly, or someone had something bad happen to them undeservingly?
And a piece of media. I'm trying to think, because obviously, like, the majority of what I experience is video games now, because I can play those in short bursts, whereas like a movie, I have to dedicate like a big chunk of time to. I don't know if it's necessarily the same, but there is like there was a really interesting bit in Unicorn Overlord, and I guess this is technically a spoiler, not really. But there was a bit in Unicorn Overlord. Long story short, faith plays a big part of that game's world building. Not exactly its narrative, but definitely its world building. And your reward, or one of your rewards for doing a bunch of side questy stuff, is that you get to ask this character who's supposed to like know everything. He's supposed to be like all-knowing. You get to ask him a bunch of questions with no limitations, and one of those questions is you can ask him about like what is the nature of heaven or whatever. And in your terms, or in like your question of like, you know, bad things happening to good people for like really no reason, was like you do all the side quest stuff, you do all this stuff that you would think would be all rewards, right? And I guess hypothetically the reward is, see, I should really just do saves like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's why I'm doing them.
The what you calls it, anyway, sorry. Long story short, you ask this character who's supposed to be all-knowing about like what is the nature of heaven and like how does it work and whatnot, and he essentially reveals to the characters that heaven is a myth, in the sense that the thing that actually exists is hell, but hell isn't necessarily bad. It's just that you go to the part of hell that directly corresponds with like how good or bad you were in real life. Much closer to like the idea of like the Greek underworld or like Elysium and stuff like that, right? And he says this, and a large portion of your like army, I want to say like either like a third or a fourth of your army are like very religious people that have followed the orthodoxy for the entire game. And every single one of those characters has a fucking enormous crisis of faith. Straight up, 2 of the characters just leave. Like, they leave temporarily, and you have to go find them to bring them back into your army. And it's just like, I'm just thinking of that, where it's just like, that was like a bad thing that happened to good people, in the sense that it like really shattered their faith, despite the fact that it was supposed to be a reward, I guess. So there you go.
Okay.
I don't know, do you have an
Speaking of
example?
Unicorn Overlord,
Oh, okay.
well, I just want to ask, is that game like Final Fantasy Tactics for comparisons?
It's
Is it a
pretty
tactics
close.
game? 'Cause
I would say it's pretty close. Have you played Ogre Battle at all?
I've not.
Okay. Well, Ogre Battle is very similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. It just has like a more like real time
Wait,
aspect.
Ogre Tactics?
Is that not what I said?
You said Ogre Battle.
I think it's like, isn't the official name like
we
Ogre
finished this.
Battle Tactics or
I
something?
was gonna see.
It's Tactics Ogre.
Tactics
and/or Tactics
Ogre.
Overlord.
You're right. Sorry.
Ogre.
So yes, Tactics Ogre. You'll forgive me for getting the name wrong. Have you played Tactics Ogre?
I played a little bit of it, and I was like, I want to go play Final Fantasy Tactics.
This is correct, right? I just leave Zach. I don't remember what
I believe
happened.
you do just leave now. Yes, you could just hop
Okay.
onto the boat, and then
Did you
remember you're
save?
heading back to the fortress.
To the funky fortress.
And don't forget, you can, when you're out of here,
Hey.
you can change the wind to make it easier.
That means nothing to me, Zach. I don't. You
Saba will
don't
fully
know
sail
how to
against
play
the
this
wind.
game.
The whole
for the rest of the
time.
stream.
But yes, Adrian, to answer your question, it is kind of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. Like Final Fantasy Tactics, in my recollection, was closer to like a Fire Emblem style game, where it was a lot more like grid-based tactics. Whereas Ogre Tactics, I always just called it Ogre Battle, but I guess that's just wrong. Unicorn Overlord is essentially Fire Emblem, but with like auto battle in there, where it's like the only thing you're like, all of your tactics are before the battle, and then the battle is just you moving units around, and then
Which
your units
square
will
do I need to
automatically
go
fight
to?
the enemy in whatever
Top
way.
left.
Yeah, it's that
This
one.
one? Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to do the okay, she got
I
out.
want to get out. I want to get out.
Do you want to change the wind?
Sure.
It's up,
How do I
left,
do this?
right. Just hold up and then okay.
It's the C stick.
It would be your right analog stick.
Almost
Too
up.
much.
Up, left, right.
Left, right.
Nope, that's left, up, right.
Left, right. Left,
Left,
right.
right.
Or not.
don't need to
How
time
could
it
just
very
not do
hard.
it? That
You
works
just-
too.
just get it in the right
Left,
order.
right. And
Right.
once again, same thing that Grant
Okay.
told me like early, is that you don't need to like hit it on beat. You can literally you want it
Yeah,
pointing
it's not strict
you
on the
want it
timing,
pointing
just hold
northwest.
it.
You want it pointing that way.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
you
then
can you can
sail.
just hold it in the right direction. You don't have to like hit it on beat. It's not, this isn't
As-
fucking
as-
Hi-Fi Rush.
As they would say in Japanese, shuko. Just set sail.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know.
gonna get there.
I really ended up liking Unicorn Overlord. I would definitely say that it was like an 8 out of 10, just because it's like, I feel like Vanillaware really can't go any lower than that. Like,
Oh.
or at least modern Vanillaware really can't. However, I would. Sorry.
Can't believe.
Is there any character customization, or is it all pre-made guys?
Character customization in
Are there
what?
even generic characters?
Character customization in what way? Can you define
I
what
don't
that
have to
means?
do anything for now.
Can you change how your guy looks or their name?
Okay, so there's like 120 named characters. You cannot change their names because they all have like story content, right? You can
Jesus.
customize how they look in the sense that you can change everything but what, like, you can't change what they're wearing, but you can change what color it is. You can do your own custom heraldry for your entire military and stuff. But like in terms of aesthetic, that's pretty much as far as the that's pretty much as far as like the customization aspect goes per se. Because like there's obviously like equipment that you give to people, but regardless of what equipment you put on them, they're always going to have the same artwork because obviously they put a lot of effort into the art. So they can't do like variants for 120 people, right? To the point where like one of the key aspects of the game is this idea of the ring of the unicorn, right? Now you might be thinking, okay, when you use the power of the ring of the unicorn, you would expect it to be like, I don't know, on your character's hand, like wearing it like a ring. But no, every time he uses the ring's power, it's always in his palm. Because it's the exact same animation when he uses anything, period. You know? Now, that being said, there's an enormous amount of, like, custom animations in the game, but there are definitely some things in there which are a little weird, I guess.
Are there generic guys you can recruit, and can you change their names?
Yes! There are generic, like, mercenaries that you can hire at barracks and stuff. There are tons of barracks all around the world. Each one gets a random assortment of like pre-approved, like basic generic guys. And then when you hire them, you can change their name, you can change their voice, you can change like how they level up exactly, like what stats get prioritized in the random chance. The downside is that those generic people will not have as many unique abilities as like the named characters. So like a full team of 5 generic characters at max level 50 will be worse than 2 named characters at level 50.
I see.
This is not where I'm supposed to be going, right?
No, it's going to be a giant evil. It's going to be a giant evil fortress.
There just so happens to be this
see it in the distance.
Oh yeah, it's right there behind your sail.
Oh, is it that guy?
Yeah, it's that guy right over there.
Okay.
There you go.
Funky looking one.
That funky looking one. Don't forget, you gotta blow up the wooden door. Don't assume that it's gonna open somehow, like I did.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Thank you.
We'll see if you. Wouldn't that be funny if you still fought the fucking giant squid and got 100 rupees for nothing?
I think I would just leave.
I don't think you can because you get locked into the water.
The reason I'm asking about Unicorn Overlord, because normally I don't really pay for modern games or buy modern games pretty much ever, is because a long time ago my friend was in a dire need of money and offered to sell me her VR headset, so I bought it for a couple $100 and then I never used it because I just didn't actually have any interest in VR.
Does Unicorn Overlord have VR?
Well, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
He's getting good.
Then sometime in the interim, I got Nintendo Switch, and then I spilled a mango smoothie on it and it stopped working forever.
I remember this, yes.
And then, fast forward to I think last week basically, the same friend was like, hey, I really want to play VR, and because I'm in the foster system and I have a social worker who gives me gifts sometimes and money, they asked me what I wanted for, so my friend social worker asked what she wanted for her, I think it was Christmas, and she said, I don't know, and then the social worker's like, I got you, don't worry about it. Apparently the government gave the social worker enough money to cover a Nintendo Switch for a bunch of the orphans in the system, and so she got a Nintendo Switch, and then she was like, I don't really care about Switch games, but I want to play VR again, so I'll trade you my VR headset for this Nintendo Switch.
Really? Okay. So you got a replacement Switch.
I got a replacement Switch for a couple $100 down investment a few years back.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't opened it, by the way.
And you're inquiring because you hypothetically want some games, obviously.
It might have Smash Bros on it or something. I haven't opened the box.
I mean,
yet,
Smash Ultimate is obviously super worth
it. In any case, I mean, I've already played as much as I want to. I got the Sora DLC and I played a bunch of Sora, and I don't really care anymore. But the reason I ask is because I have 3 games I was considering getting. And I feel like Zach is going to give a hard no on one of them, just based off what I know about Zach. But the 3 games I was considering were Unicorn Overlord, Super Mario Wonder, and Pokemon Ultra or Violet or Scarlet, whatever the new one was.
Well, I mean, once again,
You're doing the exact same loop that Zach did.
Is it? Where's the hole?
No, you're going in the right direction. You have to change the wind because the wind is blowing against you in that direction.
Okay, hold on. I also can't see. Give me a second. I need to close
It's a
my
big
curtains.
brown door.
Okay.
Zach,
So
you
I
were
want to
saying
I
about,
want to
like, the
reiterate
games.
that, like, obviously I think that Scarlet and Violet are fucking trash heaps because they are they severely underperform for how successful the franchise is, and it's through malicious like non-compliance that the games are like this. However, much to my frustration, and much to like the Pokemon company's benefit, just the sheer like fact of like how Saba changed the wind. Just to the sheer fact of how Pokemon like is. It's your right stick, Saba.
Left, right. Okay, thank
Hold
you.
on. Nope. Saba, you could just hold it.
Up,
Okay, that's fine.
left, right. Which way do I?
You want to go in the opposite direction now. Right now, it's going. You want it to go that way, so that way you can go around the island to the door, because you're on the other side of the. You're on the other side of the fortress. Anyway, sorry to finish my thought. Scarlet and Violet, regardless of any, Scarlet and Violet, regardless of anything else, is it's still like a 7 out of 10 minimum. Like the game runs like hot trash, and I think it's a travesty in almost every way.
Here it is.
But at the same time, like it is still fun. Like that's like pretty much everybody who plays the game is like, yeah, it's really fun.
Wrong thing.
You know. Of those three, I would very much recommend Mario Wonder the most because I do think it is the best game of those. But at the same time, like obviously for me, if I was choosing, I would have done Mario Wonder, Unicorn Overlord, Scarlet Violet if I had to.
Wonder's pretty fantastic.
Wonder is really
just a
good.
really fun game.
I think we talked about this, but I think you mentioned that like the characters all play like Mario until you unlock the badges you can equip on any of them.
Kind of almost bad.
Pretty much. Cause there's Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, and then like Red and Blue Toad, and all of those characters play pretty much exactly the same. They don't have like the Mario 2 style like custom moveset or anything. But then you start unlocking the badges, and then the badges are more along the lines of
hammer.
Saba, you got to go up there to do the fight against the ghost of Ganon. Remember?
Oh, it's this guy.
Go to the door.
Yeah, go to the door. Other door. This one has big water. You want to go to that door?
Right here.
There you got it.
Don't forget to lock on.
All right, lock on and strike with good timing.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think that the badge system is a detriment in the slightest, because a lot of the badges are really cool. However, I will say that some of the badges really are just straight up better than others. You know, the one that just straight up gives you a double jump for free is insane compared to like the one that they like. The game tells you forwards, backwards, and sideways just through context that like there's like this badge that's like a vine whip where if you hit a wall, you will automatically go to the wall and grab onto it for a little bit. And through context, the game tells you, like, oh, this is way better than the double jump. And I'm like, fuck you. And I stick with the double jump anyway.
Can you not equip all the badges at once?
Oh, absolutely not. You can have one at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A lot of the... So there are 3 types of badges. You can think of them as being, like, bronze, silver, gold. The bronze ones are just kind of like little whatevers, like things where it's like, oh, start a level with a minimum of 5 lives, right? Like things that are very situationally useful, but most of the time you're not going to need them. Silver is where things get a little bit more interesting. Like one of the silver badges, for example, is like enemies will not notice you until you're right next to them, which is really cool in some levels. And then the gold ones are the ones that are actually useful, such as double jump or run on water. You know, stuff like that.
Good job, Saba.
Good job, Saba.
Don't forget to save.
I will right after this.
We're gonna make a habit of saving every fucking 3 seconds now.
But only when Saba plays.
Exactly. I'm gonna allow Saba to keep her access to the Parsec controller, just so that way, like, I'll be in the middle of doing a dungeon, and then it will randomly pause and go to save.
I'm
Excuse me.
surprised that you recommend Wonder over Unicorn Overlord, because Unicorn Overlord feels slightly less well known.
Oh, I should get that.
Well, because I mean, I know I'm like a guy that's like really into like indie garbage and stuff. Not saying that Vanillaware is indie per se, but like
More indie than Nintendo.
It's definitely more indie than Nintendo. But I guess like in terms of what the game's objective
That's not the front.
it's the one with the lock on it.
I don't know. Oh, there we go.
In terms
That was
of
harder
what
than the Ganon boss fight.
it was just finding out how to open the chest.
I am also scared. I do.
There you go. And don't forget, you don't have to go through this door behind you. Apparently, you can just go up that staircase over there instead.
A staircase right there. Okay.
Yeah, the one that's blocked off by a bunch of those things. But yeah, anyway, so in terms of like what each of the games is trying to do, I do feel like Wonder is more successful than Unicorn Overlord. Because like, how do I put this? I ended up having to turn Unicorn Overlord down to easy mode, not because the game was too hard, but because holy fuck, when you have the game on normal, battles take like fucking, or like not battles as in like individual unit to unit combat. I mean like each level essentially takes like 3 times longer than it needs to, because like they pack every fight with just so many like nonsense units, where it's like the boss fights are kind of neat and you do have to use a little bit of strategy against them. So like that's what I was trying to do during my playthrough, was like when we're doing the regular like person to person combat, just set it to easy so that way you can blow through them like super quickly. And then as soon as you get to the boss, turn it back to normal mode so that way you can actually have a little bit of challenge. So I don't know. That's just like one. Dude, I can't see shit because of the spotlight.
I know. There's so much.
So I think you can go. I think you can go up.
Does Unicorn Overlord ever play with an isometric elevation interacting grid?
No. It is everything in Unicorn Overlord is radius based. It is not. So like the actual like overworld combat is not grid based. The only grid based quote unquote portion of this is when you're setting up your units ahead of combat. You have a 2x3 grid in which you can place them, and placement there matters. But that's literally it.
Okay.
Where from here? Is there a place from here?
I thought this was where you could do your I guess you have to get higher, because remember I had to do a parachute to get across to the area. I think if you were to climb up there, like up that ladder, change the wind and then equip your paraglider, I think you can still make it to there.
It's a deku leaf, not a paraglider.
It's a leaf.
I'm gonna think. Can I figure this out?
She did it.
Okay.
So you want it?
working?
So
Which
blue.
direction?
So what direction are you facing?
I think it's already in the right direction. Well, no.
No, it's in the opposite.
North?
That's if you want to cross.
I think you want to do northeast.
Northeast.
The way you're facing, yeah.
There you
I don't know
go.
if you'll be able to make this from this far away.
Equip something?
The
So
leaf.
so go over to the leaf and then hit Y, which would be square. Yeah, there you go.
And now I just.
So now no. So now when you jump, right as you jump, you need to hit Y, and then you
fly
can
over there.
Yeah.
Well,
Try
you can totally make this.
Saba, where are you going?
Which door?
That
Which
right
door am I
there, the
going to?
platform. Wow, Saba really wasn't paying attention when I did this earlier, huh? Hit
All right,
hit A to cancel. And then you don't want to go in here, you want to go behind you. You want to go over there, and that guy's gonna shoot a laser beam at you. There you go,
Wow,
you did it.
She did the dungeon way faster than you did.
It's almost like I figured out the dungeon ahead of time and then told her what the solution was.
I don't think that's the case. I think Saba's just better.
Uh-huh, you think so?
I think.
Oh my God.
I think it's just a. I think it's a streamer skill
Definitely,
issue.
definitely didn't just straight up tell her, hey, just get a little higher and then just glide over.
Streamer
That
skill
definitely
issue,
wasn't
frankly.
exactly what just happened.
I think it's definitely not a matter of knowledge difference. It's a matter of skill difference.
Uh-huh. It's up those stairs, by the way, is where you want to go. But yeah, I don't know. Like I says, I would recommend Mario Wonder like over Unicorn Overlord, but I do recommend them both, if that makes any sense. Like I straight up do not
see.
recommend Scarlet and Violet because once again I think that those games perform extremely poorly.
And aren't all three of them $60?
No. So I believe Mario Wonder
70?
is 70, Scarlet and Violet is 70,
Yeah,
and then
dude.
Unicorn Overlord is 60.
Jesus Christ, I hate modern games.
Many of these little guys.
When do games start becoming $70? That's a new thing.
It's a relatively new thing. I mean, it's the same thing as it's the same thing as the grocery stores, like the grocery companies trying to
I'm
say
assuming I should
like,
need to still keep going up here.
yeah, you're going the right direction. It's sort
I
of like
love
the
the
same thing
sound
where
of
like the
little
grocery
squeaky
companies are
toys.
trying to validate them increasing prices because they're like, oh, it's inflation, or like, oh, it's more expensive. It's like, no, you're just greedy.
Suck. Oh.
Because I know that $70 games has existed for like a hot minute, but I do like the first time I was made aware of a $70 game was definitely the new God of War Ragnarok.
You might be able to jump with a leaf over that.
It's okay. I'm getting there.
You're doing it, Saba.
Just give me a second.
Can Saba get back to where Zach was in 7 minutes? She did it.
Can I? Oh, perfect. I gotta hold it. I almost died there.
Now they are still shooting at you. Because you didn't disable
It
the
just
spotlight.
Okay, well.
There you
know.
go. Let's see if you can get across without getting shot at. Oh.
No, don't shoot me! I'm just a
Oh.
poor boy.
Nobody loves him.
Okay, how do I get these guys to leave me alone?
You were supposed normally you go to the spotlight that's shooting at you and kill the guy at the spotlight and then go back.
Which spotlight's looking at me? Can I throw a bomb at him?
No.
I think
You might be able to shoot him.
be able to jump across with the leaf.
Right, but then she would have to make her way back here, and she doesn't know how to do
Yeah.
that.
No, I mean just make the gap with the leaf right now.
Hold on. What if I get him with this?
Saba,
Like,
you
if
would
you-
know
if
if
you
you
Not
hit
that
him.
far.
If you change the direction of the wind, you could just make the jump without having to sidle across. Maybe.
Oh, maybe. I could see that.
Left, right. Okay. Which direction
Direction
is
you're
this?
facing.
Direction
you're
Link
facing
is
right
facing, so southwest.
There we go. Okay, now I gotta switch this. This is all so stressful.
now. You should save.
Oh my god, you're right. Hold on, I'll save right now. What would I do without Adrian here? Okay, I'd be lost.
Let's see it. Can you jump across?
Holy shit, look at
It's
that.
that easy.
Yes, let's get it. Ooh, let's save again.
Prudent. Very prudent of you.
Saba's safe
All
happy.
of that again. Okay.
This is quite prudent.
These little imp guys
Okay.
never come back, do they? In like other Zelda games?
I mean, they're in the other Toon Link games.
I guess that's fair. But that's because those are asset reuses. It's just the same game again. Or the same assets again.
Get out of here.
I feel like they have to compress them. Because it's the
I
GameCube
just,
version
once
of the DS,
again, I like
right?
that they're just squeaky toys.
But that's still
Those are the exact same
that would
asset, it's
still be
just-
the same asset.
Get away from me. I'd like to open this door without these little idiots trying to climb all over me. Okay, hey look! Zach, I feel a distinct sense of deja vu.
Okay.
But it's different because I controlled it this time. At least so there's at least a degree of difference.
Yeah.
Hey look, more seagulls. I'm so upset. There would be a lot of poop in that area.
I like
Who
the
would have guessed they'd be here? That was an insane twist.
I like the idea of Saba like reading this again because she wasn't paying attention the first time.
I mean, were you really paying attention the first time?
I was playing, so yeah.
Ah.
Are
Can
you sure
Okay,
about
what's the
that?
next line they say then, huh?
Well, well, no, the next line is like, it can't be. It's that sword. There you go. That sword. Where'd you get that?
What are
See?
you, a JoJo character?
It's only the one JoJo character that does that. Oh, that reminds me, by the way. I kind of wanted to bring this up just because I know how much you can be about this. I recall, if I recall correctly, horses are exceptionally difficult to draw, especially in motion. Correct? And that was
Yes,
like one
I
of the
know.
things that you. That was one of the things
It's
that you
'cause-
complimented about like Centaur World or whatever.
It's because the thing you think would be their forearms are their fingers.
Correct. But they're muscular fingers, which is very awkward.
And hooves are like nails,
Pretty much.
anatomically and logically.
So there was a news story within the JoJo community the other day where David Production did confirm that they are currently working on Steel Ball Run. Thank God. But the problem is that they normally, when they make that statement, they give some sort of indication as to like how far along they are, and they have described very keenly that there is something in particular that is holding up production, and they won't be able to proceed until they can figure out this snag. And so the JoJo community is like, hey, Steel Ball Run is literally an entire part about a horse race. And I think that the problem is, did you ever watch the newer fucking Berserk TV show, Adrian?
Again.
I heard it was hot garbage because it was badly 3D animated.
Horribly 3D animated, and one of the things that heavily contributed to that was that they knew how to model horses, they did not know how to animate horses in the slightest. And so that was like, oh, you can save in the middle of a fight? That's crazy. So anywho, so that was like a thing. So anyway, so the JoJo community is heavily theorizing at the moment that the thing that David Production is like stuck on right now is that they're trying to figure out some sort of tech that will help like automatically animate horses, and so.
Horses are so OG that like
horses are apparently extremely hard to animate, and then it's not even just the fact because like David Production is talented enough to animate a couple of horses, but the problem is that Steel Ball Run straight up starts with like something insane like 600 horses starting at the same time. You know what I mean? And so it's it really comes down to like if we hand animated that first scene, we wouldn't like Steel Ball Run wouldn't come out until like 2033, you know, and that's like a problem. We're not going to wait that long. So the theory is that they're waiting on they're like trying to develop technology that allows them to, you know, do all that and stuff. So
wow, I can pick up on the boss fight next time.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there you go. And you just saved, right?
I did just save.
All right, well, we'll call it there.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Okay.